So last time when we played, you guys defeated the trolls. You froze a bit. You realized injuries hurt, and they're going to take quite a while to heal. And then you eventually went to Hope Square, the prison, where you got entry. You fed them all of the horse meat that you had harvested from the dead horse, and got in good with the prison guards, who, after some convincing, provided you with some basic supplies, including winter gear, so that hopefully you guys are slightly more resistant to freezing. According to them, it's about a day's ride further north before you get to the picket line. And it is currently, I would say, evening on the 25th of February.
It's not a month in this world.
Yardrung.
There we go.
My unconsciousness and all that good stuff is gone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
We've been dragging you behind.
unless you had any critical damage, everything else has been healed.
You've turned into a snowman.
I only had one. I hit once and then
You went down.
dodged.
Yep.
I can see again.
Mm-hmm.
I was stunned the vast majority of the battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were fairly useless.
Yeah.
I got lost.
Got puked on a couple times.
First thing I'd like to do is
fine.
put all my armor on,
Okay.
so I'm not encumbered like 35.
That'd probably be a good idea.
Guess it would
So-
help if I changed my armor.
Are we taking up camp inside this place?
Well, yeah, I got us bedrooms.
Sweet.
Well, you got lodging.
No, absolutely.
That works.
They don't have bedrooms as such,
We
but
got lodging.
you guys can stay in the stables.
We got a cage.
Yeah, you're welcome to stay in a cage. They have a couple of recently emptied ones.
That's such a morbid concept. Sure, you're up against the cave with a giant cliff face there.
Mhm.
You're not allowed to jump because you got a cage there, but you can. Just sit there.
Okay. So, what do you guys want to do this evening, if anything?
We've got the information already last session.
I would say, did you get everything you needed from their Mr. Noble?
Yep, we blindly stole from them.
I don't think you stole anything.
We convinced them to give us
Right.
their wares. What did I miss? And then we got some information on the picket line.
Mhm.
But I have no interest in going to disturbing priests.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Do you happen to remember said information you got from regarding the picket line?
That's debatable, but once the information comes up in the story, I'm sure we'll remember afterwards. Right? I'll think.
Matt, I'm sure took detailed notes.
Not about that. I wasn't involved in the conversation of it.
Does the warm winter gear, does that negate the...
Does not negate it, but it gives you a bonus.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have anything written down at all.
What do I need to add for that? Like the winter gear.
A
We didn't really ask
set
that much
of bulky clothing that worn has a encumbrance of 2.
The Theokind
If you're carrying it, has an encumbrance of 3, and it will give you a plus 30 on resisting cold.
The Theokind monastery studied the effects of the meteorites in the Barren Hills, and they were raided and slaughtered to the man.
Oh, yeah.
I should probably write that last part down.
Will that fit over top of armor and all that good
it's,
stuff?
it's big
just
enough.
a
It goes
cloak?
on top.
Okay.
It's not bulky at all.
Yeah. So the main thing about the picket line that they informed you, the reason the Kartsburgers don't care for the Graph, and why George presented your group as emissaries from a different family, the one north of the Middenheim, rather than from Middenheim specifically, is ages ago the Kartsburgers were the Graph. They were the family in charge. They got displaced by the Todbringers and ousted from their seat. So they've held a grudge ever since.
It's a very good idea, by the way. No,
Okay.
I would have just straight gone from.
As a result, Kartsburgers generally view them as thieves of the crown.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Right.
And they find any interference with Kartsberger business by the Toddbringers as meddling and foreign interference. Okay, even though they acknowledge publicly the Toddbringers are in charge, they're the ones that set the rules. They don't take well to outsiders, especially Toddbringers telling them what they can do.
Where are we? Are we in the lodgings?
You guys are in the prison.
Yeah, but are there like guards around?
If you want to talk to a guard, if not, no.
Okay. How are we going to present this note to her when we find her? To the general? Because if it's directly addressed from the princess, it's pretty obvious who sent us and why they sent us.
Do we have a choice?
No.
Oh, there you go.
I just figure we can probably do it a bit less. Here, we're from the cars, or we're from the people who displaced you.
Well,
The graph.
that's what the letter says.
It,
so
it was a long time ago.
unless we want to rewrite the letter, which we
No,
can,
that's a
but,
stupid idea.
Good.
I'll rewrite it.
I mean, I do have a seal we could use.
It's
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
They are expert at counterfeiting.
Yes.
Just for
So dumb.
Sorry, I don't know. I didn't
So
watch the Super
dumb.
Bowl, but the only Super Bowl commercial that keeps popping up is a seal with the head of Seal singing "Kissed by a Rose."
Oh my
It
god.
is the most. And I'm just when you said it, I just went.
Oh, I've seen that. Horrific abomination.
So dumb.
Seal is quite possibly one of the ugliest people I've ever.
He is, and he knows it.
Okay. Couple of other details that you guys have learned over your journey. Presumably, I mean, the guards, the prison guards confirm or at least repeat the same information. The Brass Keep is guarded by a picket, which is a military outpost, basically. Because the legend says that the Brass Keep was built by a necromancer who was slain by Sigmar ages ago. It was garrisoned by soldiers from Middenheim, but there kept being accidents and people falling to corruption. During the Great War against Chaos, an advance army of men pledged to the plague god, the Blighters, stormed the keep and took it over. Okay. Since then, they've stayed there, and the place is hard to besiege because of the walls and the defenses, and they put the picket there to protect from the Blighters coming out to raid the surrounding areas. So if they come out, then they're somewhat defendable or defeatable. Attacking the castle is suicide, functionally. So they don't do anything, but they have this source of corruption just sitting there that's kept alive through magical means and so forth. Okay, the Blighters themselves are said to be gigantic ogre-like warriors, clad in full plate armor, who can cleave through half a dozen men with a single swing. So not the easiest sort of stuff.
So typical.
Mac could probably take one or two, but the rest of you,
Let's get back to dwarf.
So it's
I forgot.
yeah.
I forgot about the aspect of the necromancer.
undead.
You can take them easier than me. So
One
I
of
don't
one
want
of our earliest notes from the
know you
last
attack
chapter
guys.
talked about a Lord of the Undead,
a bigger hit. I can't.
and that the she's Gouda and presumably the Skaven are looking for the necromancer. We also have word from one of the maps that the crystal, that there is a immortality crystal of some kind in the keep.
Immortality is overrated.
Put
Oh,
that
the
right in
wizard
my
died.
armor. Yeah, wizard got killed by Sigmar.
Referencing Erdem again.
No, I don't think he can be killed nowadays.
I don't think Friedrich
He
can
probably
find
has that
him.
immortality gem.
And even if he could, he couldn't kill him.
He's a pyromancer.
That's actually what they're called.
That
Unless it could be Erdem.
could be.
Okay.
Erdem's
I think
the great villain of
That
the
would,
campaign.
that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
First Blighter's got
Would it
9 guns. Go
Yeah.
figure.
Would it be
Yes.
awesome? I
The
think
best
Fireworks
betrayal
right now.
ever.
Yes. He's teamed up with Frederick.
Yep. one of the blighters has got 9 pistols for random no reason.
But you had 9?
And a hole in his head.
I had 8 and 1 in the back. Yep, he's got a hole in his head. Where he shakes out the new pellets.
That's right. Okay, so you guys gonna rest here the night and then head in the morning, or are you gonna make haste this evening?
I think we were resting.
Rest of the night, go in the morning.
Okay.
So there's no real conversing with the nuns, right? 'Cause
No.
they're- Okay.
Yeah, the nuns
Silent.
don't have anything to
Yeah.
do with outsiders.
Can't ask for blessings. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sleeping. Good night's sleep on my sweet bedroll.
For once. Oh wait, this doesn't count as a good night's sleep, does it?
No, it does not.
So, I do have a
Okay.
question. To the character when I
Right now.
noticed it. In the
What?
field, is it holy ground?
In the courtyard? Yes.
There are. I've heard rumors from my homeland that typically necromancers and the undead lords of a sort have a sort of gem, a spot where they can
Chance to get
be,
a vision.
where their soul goes when they die,
Okay.
and
I
they
care about that.
their soul sits in this thing and can eventually be brought
It's
back.
a intuition test.
So we gotta break all the
Give
gems
me a
we
breath
find.
roll.
I'm thinking
mind
that this
control.
immortality crystal is less an immortality
Mind.
crystal and more this necromancer cage.
Sweet. So
This
smashing all
soul
the
gem.
Just call it what it is.
But it's about the location or whatever.
Lich phylactery.
That's too many words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ghost box? Is that
You
easy?
see why I was trying not to say it?
I'm-
It's a bit
Nerd,
hard for
nerd
knowledge.
stuff. Nerd stuff. You just hit things, I just shoot things.
I think you guys are overthinking it. He died like 100 or so years ago.
Yeah.
What?
But isn't a necromancer like already dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Decided dead?
I mean, if
That's
God
the thing,
kills
are
them,
they
you'd think
trying-
They would be kind of thorough.
Right.
That's
Are the-
that must be why they're making more
Okay,
like
yes.
them, so they're not
I
alone.
agree with you. Um,
It'd be fairly lonely being
I think
alone like
Since it
that.
was a Sigmarite thing, you never know.
I agree.
That's a good point.
Sigmar has never proven to be very reliable.
Yeah, I heard about this guy Frederick just kept dying.
He was
And
full
yet
of
he
corruption.
came back.
Yeah.
Sigmar seemed to have a hand in that.
Or a necromancer.
Yeah, that does seem like
My
a
dad-
necromancer's.
My dad's just gonna appear
I don't
and
know.
slap you and then just.
Necromancer gem sounds like a gem of immortality.
Yeah, that sounds like Frederick.
I just putting that out there that whatever we do, we don't want this crystal to be broken.
We don't want it broken?
Why not?
No.
If it's broken, then you can't come back, right?
I think you're just trying to keep it for yourself.
If
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
if you break it, we can't live
I
forever.
I don't think it's a good idea.
What if I eat it? If I eat it,
That's the
do I
worst thing
live
to do.
forever?
What if you break it? Each of you eat one of the pieces of broken shard.
Just all die with the glass in our throat. That would be outstanding. And the
be awesome.
campaign ends.
That would
for
be
stupidity.
awesome.
That's how the castle.
What do you think,
They
Morgan?
just
Should
like
we do
leave
it?
a fake gem
we
just
do it?
out in the middle of the yard. All the soldiers see it.
Well, given the necromancer's not come back, presumably up to this point, I assume that there is either some ritual they have to do with it, or they break it and release him.
You talk
Do we
too
have
much.
any idea how the
I'm going to
Skaven
sleep.
are connected
Okay.
to all, not Skaven, Rat
They're-
Beastmen
just
are
say
connected
Skaven.
to all of this.
Just say Skaven.
Reasonable.
Well, yeah, they're the ones who have the map. They're the ones who want to find this crystal, and they're working with the person
Do
who
I have any feelings about
has
but
directly stated he's trying to
like
work
in
with
terms of,
work
like,
to an undead
do I
lord
think
or whatever that
feel
means.
like this?
We should probably figure out a
close
way to
by
get
here, or I
in.
think it's like very deep.
Because
No.
if just
So
straight up
deep,
assaulting
deeper.
it will this suicide,
Not
then
I was trying to
Sneaky.
figure out. It's not like there's
Yeah.
like
No.
I get a sense of it's.
I
high
mean,
enough
it's
so
almost
there's,
like there's
an
one
entrance.
path down this mountain.
no.
Okay.
What
It's-
what if this nun's place is like
Do we have a
got an underground path?
You
that's
were
all
sleeping in the
gone,
stables
goes
of
right
the
in?
prison.
Okay. Are they all talk? God, if you're gonna talk, leave. All right, I'm sleeping.
You're not getting a restful sleep anyway.
Come on.
No, just kidding.
yeah.
I go to sleep.
Compared to the last couple of nights, it's
Yeah.
actually comfortably warm.
Yeah, you
between
find
your
a little bit
between the
more.
extra furs that they gave you and the straw and
I'll
the
snuggle up
horses
to
down
him.
below.
And the horse's manure.
Not the best smelling place, but it's quite comfortable.
Trying
So
to
yeah,
go
anybody who needs a night's sleep gets a good night's rest.
Wait.
You do not get your fame, your fortune back and everything. You're not in a safe place. That won't be for a bit. But you wake up rested, recovered. Any current effects of cold have been alleviated by morning. By morning, they have some leftover horse stew and oatmeal.
That's just West Pies.
Help you wash it down with some cow pies.
Before I'm gonna go to bed, I'm gonna study the bear we got from the
We're the
items.
medics, the group.
The what?
The headless bear that we got from the
Okay.
mix of items. Anything of note other than the fact that it's headless?
You had a headless bear.
We really don't need that, dude.
I mean, it looks like a child's toy, maybe 6 inches tall, minus the head. It's dirty since it was in the sewers for quite some time. Nothing really stands out to it.
No magic, nothing.
No. None of the items other than what I listed at the time are magical.
Okay, it's a good thing I don't remember what you listed at the time. It's fine. Okay. Is the top of it sewn up where the head would be?
Not sewn up. It looks like the head was ripped off at some point.
Then I hate that I'm doing this. I'm
Morning
gonna
at this point.
try to rip.
He goes back to sleep.
That's open, Matt. That's open.
Wizard boring.
That's job.
Thinking
I'm gonna
about
try to
this,
rip through the
he
top.
wakes
see
up
if there's
immediately,
anything
starts
with
going
it.
on about it.
It's filled more with straw and
I mean, I didn't
and
know
other things like bits of cloth and stuff. Not nearly advanced enough to be
I'm
caught.
not shoving my hand in something like that. No.
Okay.
All right.
No, there's nothing unusual about it. There doesn't seem to be anything notable inside it. At least not at this point.
Okay. I ask because that's the one item on the list that doesn't have something to do with this set.
You need to start
That
moving
I've
that
seen.
thing around in the house to where, like, the people
What?
wake up in the morning, come out of the bedroom, it's right there in the hallway. That freaked me out.
You should put it right behind the back door so when somebody goes get a drink.
You got to get a coat and stuff on it, though. That way it really looks.
You're giving them ideas. I live here.
I know. All right.
It's laying in bed with a joke. Bed. The bed rolls up. His arms over it.
No, I'm pretty much.
So we're ready to go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am trying to decide if I want to wear this cold weather gear.
See you, nuns.
I didn't have a problem resisting it. Does it look like it's going to be worse today?
That's a good question.
None of your business. No.
It appears to be.
Wizarding.
Sun shining in 70. Welcome to Ohio.
There we go. Yep, more freezing rain.
Ohio.
It's been going for 3 days so far.
Still chaotic.
Outside of the prison, yes. As you guys are leaving, you get blasted by the strong winds of magic and cold winter things. According to the prison guard, yeah, it looks like you. I mean, this is normal weather. It seems kind of clear. They seem to describe that this will generally continue on for at least late into spring before it quiets down somewhat. They still get quite a bit of snow up here.
Is it centralized or does it happen up with like the picket line and the brass key?
The picket line's much lower elevation, so after a few hours you'll probably get past most of the snow line. I mean, there's still snow; it's the mountains, but it won't be nearly as treacherous as the mountain pass is.
Okay. Have I noticed the winds of magic getting more aggressive as we go closer to the picket line?
Nope, still
Okay.
very chaotic. Almost like there's no pattern to it.
A little bit of snow, a little bit of wet snow, a little snowball.
Onward?
Okay. Okay. So you guys head out. Who's driving the wagon?
I guess I am.
Okay. Who's assisting driving the wagon?
I'll assist. Presumably others will assist.
Are his eyes still glowing?
Wait, what? His eyes were glowing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't catch that?
When?
Oh my god,
They-
that's
for like
It was
two
like
game
2 games
sessions.
ago. Yeah.
you were here for it.
Okay.
He miscast and blinded himself, and the blinded effect was
Oh. Oh, yeah.
My eyes
Yeah.
were going.
Yeah.
His eyes have returned to the completely natural all black state.
Yeah. There's a reason I want to get a blindfold eventually.
just get sunglasses.
All right.
That's effectively what I'm gonna get.
Might make it cool.
Gonna get a blindfold that I can see through.
I shall assist.
I'm not going to assist.
Okay, so 2 of you are going to assist?
Yeah.
I'm assisting you.
Okay. So give me a driving check.
So what's that make it, a 50?
No, it's on slow though. That's ability based.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll my prayer first.
Okay. Granted.
Oh yeah, I have it blind. I was like, it never showed up.
It,
So it's on.
it was granted.
You think your
Honestly,
dad wants...
that's a good point. We should.
No, we shouldn't.
I was like, why is my agility so low? And I forgot I'm encumbered.
Yeah.
Well, I got it anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't have much difficulty. Everybody go ahead and give me a single fortitude save. Or endurance save for the cold. Again, you have the benefits you had previously with a extra plus 30 if you're wearing the winter clothing.
Nice.
Wait, plus 30? There's no plus 30. It's
Yeah,
just...
you needed it done.
Yeah, why did you make it an uneven number?
It's fine.
I don't stick to them rules.
Yes!
There we go.
Really hope that my roll was solid. Okay,
Oh,
cool.
great job, man.
Seems like everybody's just
Okay.
fine.
Great job.
I don't know why I didn't put the modifier there, but I got a +5 rather than a
Did you not count all
+2.
your modifiers?
I did not.
Okay, I was like, no way. I have.
I don't.
I did not include the cold weather
Yeah, he's
heater.
not wearing the stuff. It's too
I'm like,
heavy. Wolfkin is weak.
Put some body
I
hair.
figured I might as well because I don't really carry anything. So
Oh,
Now-
it's heavy for me. I don't like being.
That
Now the trap
It's as
says
close
the
as I
clothes-
could
You
be.
said, you said
I'm
2
tracking
encumbered
says the
when
clothes on
worn,
your
3
back.
when not.
Do you have to
Correct.
actually
Okay.
be wearing them, or can you have clothes on your backpack and just be completely nude?
I'm sure you could if you wanted
Okay. So the first 4 hours or so, the mountain, the pass descends relatively rapidly. By midday, the snows and rain have all but stopped, leaving just an icy path ahead of you. The sun comes out, and between that and the slightly lower elevation, the horrible winter cold and everything is gone. With the winter clothes or just some basic protection, you should be fine. Okay. You go out into the wilderness again, then it's more of a concern. Eventually, you come around a bend early in the afternoon, and you see up ahead the valley that spreads out in front of you. Okay. It is a large, low plain or sheet of rock that stretches out. Okay. Here and there are clumps of trees and other shrubs and things like that. Some fairly sizable as far as the groves, some of them just like one tree here or there. In the center of the shelf is a small military town. You see rows of tents lined up. Looks like several hundred people live here as far as scale. Okay. Encampment. There is a couple of sizable permanent buildings, all built in a rectangular military style. That would be presumably like the commander's place, the dining hall, things like that. Larger central areas for where everybody gathers. And here and there you see people milling about. On the far side of the camp, there is a wooden palisade that runs from either side of the rock shelf to the other, a length of about 500 yards. Okay. Near where the fort is, you can see signs of a large gate that leads past the palisade and a couple of towers built up next to it, all constructed out of wood on top of it. And quite a few soldiers moving about in the place. You're still probably a good hour or so away from the place. Give me a perception check for everybody.
Man, you think they'd make walls out of stone and be in the middle of a mountain?
It's a hell of a lot more work.
Yes.
Yeah, but when you're dealing with massive troll-looking...
Does this count as low light conditions?
does it involve shadow?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it involving hearing?
Heinrich and Bors. You see a couple of other things. First, the fort to both of you seems rather ill-maintained. Tents here and there are sort of ragged. The flags that they have flying are dirty and soiled and torn in a couple of cases. Some of the buildings and some of the towers are slightly off. They're not quite straight and so forth. You get the impression that there really hasn't been a whole lot of discipline around maintaining the fort. Okay. The other thing you notice is off to the right-hand side on a little bit of a rise of stone, there is what looks like a separate independent camp. Just a single tent, outside of which appears to be a massive cannon of some sort, perched up with a view straight out across the field towards the other side of it. Okay. Now the layout beyond the palisade stretches out probably a good 600 or 700 yards before reaching a narrow valley in the mountains beyond. Okay. Above those mountains, there's a thunderstorm brewing. You can see signs of magic pouring out like a river through that valley. When it reaches the opening, it disperses and spreads out.
Okay.
Okay?
That's a big gun.
So
Actually, maybe
yeah,
it's a
where
spell
is the
for-
cannon?
Cannon's off to the right-hand side,
Actually, it's a spell for there.
maybe 100 yards away from the main camp,
Where's
Is
it
that-
aimed at?
pointed towards the valley.
Is that the top of a tower?
No, it's on top of a rise in the rock
Oh.
where it has a higher elevation, can shoot over the wall and get a clear view.
Is it like naturally formed rock
Yes.
or like
Yes, natural.
Does that appear to be, well, are you guys sharing any of this information?
Yeah.
Okay.
I assume so.
Does the tent that's over by the cannon appear to be better maintained then? I obviously can't see it.
No, it doesn't look. I mean, once they point it out, you do. Doesn't look like it's any better maintained than the rest.
What size cannon? Like traditional cannon or like massive cannon? That one that would shoot.
I don't know how much siege engineering skill do you have.
None.
Then
Yeah.
it's a big cannon.
I don't want to get shot.
I make
by
a
Yeah, I mean it has four. It looks like it would typically take maybe 4 to 6 horses to drag, size wise, scale wise.
Can I attempt to make a black powder check?
No,
Okay.
if you have engineering,
No, I don't.
then I'm not a problem.
And repeater weapons take range engineering, by the way.
Okay, you don't have that either.
Yes.
So.
You got me excited for nothing.
You can still use it. It's
Yeah,
just
you
you
can't
can't
repeat
repeat the traits.
Yeah, you can't repeat it.
If you can carry it, now it's a
right.
pistol.
That's right. This is not pistol size. This is a big cannon.
Yes.
Is it all colors of magic flying down, or
No.
just dark?
Just dark.
Okay.
Or Gura, whatever it is, but the default.
Nick
Dark
Chaos
green.
magic.
Yeah.
Dark green. Good
All right.
chaos color.
So how do we want to approach this? Just hit right on down?
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, what's the
Like I
point
said,
of hiding our
You
presence?
estimate you're about an hour or so from the camp. If there's anything you want to do before you get there, probably another 15 to 20 minutes before you reach the plateau, and from there, I mean, the fort, assuming they're paying attention, will spot you.
Are there
Who's
Any-
planning on talking?
I can talk.
about how many towers in total are there?
There are 2 towers near the gate. They're not towers like you would think with a castle.
Okay, watch.
These are wooden
Pillars.
stands, yeah,
Okay.
that rise up over it, and they have a couple of guards on each of them, just keeping an eye.
About how tall is the palisade?
Palisade's about 10 foot.
I'm gonna try to find like the thinnest cloth I can, so that I can wrap it around my eyes and still somewhat see.
Okay.
Given there's light to
Okay.
actually see through the cloth, like see shadows, stuff like that.
Okay. You can wrap a piece of cloth around your eyes. I'll give you a -20 on any perception, but
That's fine.
You can wear his helmet.
good. That's like the same
That
thing.
would work too. It would give you armor.
Do I?
No.
Do I see any other outcroppings or any other sources of lights coming from the sides of the
No, there's no
Camp
other sorts
Valley?
of lights because it's the middle of the afternoon.
Okay.
Okay.
That's still possible.
Oh, sure, but there you don't see any lights other than a smattering of cooking fires around the camp. There's no lights per se.
So, probably not when we're an hour out, but I mean when we're getting closer. I do have perfume I want to use.
Okay.
And I'm not going to use the noble robes. I have some other fancier robes that are not.
And that's what I'm trying to figure out. You guys are they're not necessarily aware of you per se.
Right.
If you have any preparations you need to do, this is the sort of time when you would debate, discuss, and implement.
Make sure my weapon is free in its sheath and getting cleaned, ready.
Draw your sword. I'm ready to go.
Well,
I have my pistol
I
loaded.
don't plan.
Just in
Okay.
case. It's still at my side, but it's
Yeah, all of the camp is waving the banner of the Kartsburgers.
okay.
I wave back in the band.
So what?
Dirty banners.
I can perfume others if they want it, but I assume the Wolfkin at least doesn't.
I'm good, thanks. Unless the perfume does
Smells like wet
something.
Well, we'll make it
I
not
am
smell like
wearing
you've
a
been
big wolf
traveling
coat.
for weeks at a
That's what the
time.
perfume smells
Oh,
like.
nobody wants to listen to me anyway.
So smells
Wait,
good.
So
I'll
what?
accidentally spray it towards the direction.
he's like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Which way's the wind blowing? I go up.
Why is this smelling?
Take one wound from
Wait a
perfume
minute.
damage.
This smells like cat urine.
What?
secretly, I like it.
What is?
That's horrible.
What is the group story when we get here? What is our goal? Because I
kill
know you
Griffin.
had some kind of story when it comes to the other.
It's for non-nobles. I'm not going to be able to say I'm a noble from this place when I'm talking to someone
Yeah.
as like a
Someone who
countess.
is actually a noble from this place.
Yeah. It's for if we need to get somewhere like a prison. We're just to deal with small people.
Do we got a bow
Well,
and stuff?
I have no idea.
Typically with nobility,
You keep talking to these
He
rich
pretends to be noble. He doesn't actually know.
I'm like, what?
yeah.
He has no thinking.
So,
No, I don't.
I'm gonna actively-
I have no idea.
I'm gonna actively curtsy to every person.
The
we
problem
meet.
is nobody else knows what the nobles are supposed to do.
Right.
He gets away with it.
From one person that is transporting nobles on the roads, yes. you
I'm
have
not going to
bow.
try to certainly
Alright.
show off on wizard.
So you gonna take your robes off?
I'm gonna swap over to mainly just the winter clothes.
I can make sure my wolf
So
tells
the winter clothes are consider them a thick cloak or overcoat.
Okay, then I'll swap over to my simple basic
Okay.
clothing.
So I mean you
Took
can
off
certainly
his
go
other
with
clothes.
just that, but
It's just a
I
trench
will
coat
have
flash.
my badge underneath my
okay.
cloak.
This is my bag.
Okay. Now, if it matters, by emperor decree,
I know I have to
any
show my
legal
badge.
wizard must visibly show their badges.
I know.
Failure to do so is cause for witch hunters or authority to put you to death.
I know.
Why are you
Okay.
trying to disguise that you're a wizard?
People don't like wizards up here.
Says who?
They like people who pretend not to be wizards who are wizards even more.
They,
Are,
they
And,
dislike.
any of the
They
biggest
dislike
more
witch hunter
importantly,
banners?
no one likes wizards anywhere.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you are. Nobody likes wizards. So I mean, I get what you're trying to do. That you want them to keep a low profile, but what I'm trying to say is, if
I know,
they
there
find
are
out you're a wizard,
precautions. There are issues with doing so.
quite dire
I
issues.
I am
Okay.
aware.
I'll go ahead.
Any of the banners
Own it.
are they witch
No.
hunter banners?
No, there doesn't seem to be
Nothing
anything
that
like
we
that.
use.
It
What
seems
did
to
you
be-
guys
to be an Erdem?
This all seems to be Kurt
Well,
Kartsberger military.
Erdem is the fire wizard. I am the stealth wizard. The stealth deception wizard.
Since we're out of the area of the extreme cold, right?
Yes.
At this point, I will go ahead.
I mean, it's still cold. It's just not extreme cold, and it's not freezing rain on you.
Okay. I'll go ahead and toss my heavy,
The winter clothing.
heavy jackets.
Sure. Yeah, you can just.
All I can imagine is just me, just.
We still got our wagon. Then,
Yeah, you should have the wagon. That survived so far.
So I do want to make it abundant and clear to people, because there was a heavy debate on whether or not to bring the wagon. I was the only one advocating for it. My plan is to sell it, so we don't have to deal with this issue coming back down. Because we're already decided we can carry all the stuff from horses.
What?
Well, but if we have much more, like treasure.
Then we drop the extra rations. We have like a year's worth.
Now we're actually way less than that right now.
Then we have plenty of room then.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's see how much I carry.
this isn't a conversation that needs to be had now.
But good idea. Keep it the way.
Given the wolf kid doesn't like to be encumbered, that may
I'm-
put a damper on your gold carrying capacity.
I'm gonna have
I'm
about
sure he might
What
make
do I
it
need all the gold for? No.
Yeah, the guy who came to you with just a hand weapon.
Yeah. Live in the wild. I don't need any of that wealth.
I'm gonna have to badge this
You
way.
get a
Okay.
tape remover for you.
Yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily need to have your robes on or whatever,
Yeah,
but I
need
would
two of
not.
those.
My recommendation, setting wise, is don't conceal the fact that you're a wizard. Like Matt said, sort of embrace it. You don't need to go overboard because they'll get annoyed by that too. But if you hide it and somehow it gets discovered, it's going to be bad.
They just become jealous.
All it takes,
Wait, you're a wizard?
just to warn you, all it takes is one of us accidentally.
Saying something.
Because I don't call you by your name. I call you.
I know.
The wizard.
And keep in mind that this picket line, although they don't have witch hunters as such, their whole purpose, as you understand it, is to defend against chaos.
Yeah, they'll have
And
ways
protect
to
the
find-
realm. Well, more so, somebody who gets into their camp who claims not to be a wizard but is exactly what they're working to stop.
Okay.
So just keep that in mind. Now, if you want to go stealthy, by all means, just be aware. I'm giving you the caution here that setting-wise, it's not the place you want to sneak in
Okay.
and pretend not to be a spellcaster.
But yeah, didn't really want to close off. And while we're walking up, I'll just keep an eye out, see if I see any.
So you're just
Shade.
taking your clothes off? Going to get cold.
I'm just keeping an eye out and seeing if there's anything shady going on amongst any of the soldiers.
Okay.
I will be having a couple of the dragon feathers at hand,
Okay.
like concealed inside my cloak or something.
Sure.
Because don't want.
I plan on selling mine here. Anybody want luck charm? Luck charm. Here we go.
Oh wait, yeah, wait, no, that was the elf.
I'm not gonna sell them, but I'm gonna give them away.
You're going to give them away?
What are we selling?
Can you give them away to me?
No. The feathers that I picked up from the
Oh,
yeah.
trader.
Oh,
You wear the
The
you
chaos
are
infused
you-
griffin
you wear
feathers.
those
Absolutely.
Give it to the fort that's defending against against chaos.
They're just
I-
big feathers.
No,
Great
I'm
idea.
straight going to say that. I'm straight going to
Great
say that
idea.
to your character.
Why?
Wait, do we still have the stuff? No, we
It's
left
not
that
like-
back at Gladby.
They
Okay.
glow in the dark.
Who's
What?
leading the way down into the pass?
They just
Um,
reflect light.
We got
Me?
three of you assisting the wagon.
All right.
So
Oh,
that's
I'm
going to go
assisting?
slower. You were assisting the wagon
Yes, I
throughout
am.
the day. So
So
that's
I am.
going slower. Are the rest of you going to go ahead of the wagon, behind the wagon? I mean, I assume you're all going roughly together as a group.
Yeah. As a
have
group. All my weapons are put away though. I'm not,
Do you want
I'm
what?
not
You ahead, me behind, or something like that? 'Cause
Yeah,
we're
it's fine.
both
Like we're escorting it.
heavily armored. Yeah.
I have my horse still tied to the cart.
I also have my
You are definitely
captain's rank for road warden.
Okay.
My road warden
Okay.
captain's rank.
That's fine.
You're a
Simple.
captain.
He is something like that.
Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
Sergeant. Sorry.
I was gonna say big difference. Big
Yes.
difference. All right.
Big difference.
He's overstating his authority.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's even?
So you guys ride down the pass. After 15-20 minutes or so, you reach the main flat area. There's several clumps of trees off to either side. As soon as you start off into the area, you hear shouting and hooting coming from the clump of trees to the right, and a dozen Talian-dressed horsemen armed with short bows and swords come riding out at great speed out towards you.
Oh Christ!
Are these guys from Tilia? I mean, the place we're going to is Tilian Outpost.
No, this is a Kartsberger group.
So Chileans.
There was some conversing going on along the way.
I need.
So we're
Okay.
still an hour away from
As
the
as he's
encampment?
per,
You're, gosh, a good 30 minutes.
30
I'm
minutes.
going to duck for cover. They look like they're going to shoot us.
Yeah, they're riding out with haste, bows out and loaded, heading directly in your direction.
I'll duck for cover when they draw. But
do the
I mean, I got my shield out, but the rest of my weapons are put away.
Okay.
Waving with the other hand.
Get the hell off my horse.
Okay, you up off your horse.
Boom.
Okay,
So,
I'll-
and
I'll-
spend my time tying the horse up to
Right.
to the wagon.
to a tree.
Okay.
One of the,
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to get my heavy crossbow out. Start
Okay.
loading.
Okay. You load your
Just
heavy
in,
crossbow.
just in case.
Okay. Anybody drawing weapons?
Other than the heavy crossbow,
But if
no.
a battle starts, I don't want to be on the riding horse.
My,
Against a
I-
bunch of
I-
Chilean horsemen.
my combat horse is my horse's combat.
Okay. They come riding up and rapidly surround the wagon in the front, calling out, state your business here at the picket line.
We're here to see General Karlsberger.
General Kartsberger. Are you sure?
Is it Carrots Burger? Carnes Burger?
Kartsberger is correct.
Mm-hmm. Lady Emmeline von Karlsberger.
Oh, you're here to see Emmeline.
Is she not the
Hmm.
general?
Those are the guys we heard about?
She's been.
Yeah, I think it is.
How'd they hear about it?
Okay. Well, we heard some there was a group heading across the mountains to come here. So Emmeline is expecting you.
Okay.
Name's Captain Tillich. I'll lead you in. Stay close. The rest of you go ahead and give me a perception check. Or everybody give me a perception check.
Gotta love that male coif and.
Does it involve shadowing?
No.
So
Does it involve hearing?
Wait.
No.
Does it
No, I
involve
won't.
I'll go. I'll let you use here.
Does it involve winds of magic?
No, it does involve sight though.
I still failed.
I applied the negative one.
Okay.
I don't know what the hearing thing did for me, so I
It gives you a +1 SL.
Yeah.
Should have.
should have, but
Did not.
Did not help in your case. So yeah, everybody's blind. Okay. Anyways, he rides ahead of you. The rest of the soldiers fall in beside you. From the look of it, they're all dressed in Chilean uniforms, but have a badge sewn onto their shoulders of the Kartsberger army.
What color?
Okay. What?
What color?
What color of badge?
Yeah.
Whatever the Kartsberger color is.
Kartsberger.
Hold up. Stop.
Kartsberger color.
All right. That's
All the pictures are in black and white, so I can't really tell you. I'm gonna guess.
That's
I'm gonna guess a dark purple.
one of the items was a black leather badge.
No.
Purple?
Yeah.
Purple?
Sure. Purple. Okay. Captain Tillich leads you into the picket line. There is, as you guys get closer, there is a line of 6 long gray stone houses sitting across from a large warehouse-like structure. Okay. To the southern side, there's a small square building which has large open doors on the north and south side. A stream passes to the south of some of the buildings, next to which stands a corral of horses and a stable, and a little bit down the stream, a line of outhouses. Okay. As you get closer, your distance view of the state of the fort is confirmed. The place looks run down. There are soldiers everywhere. It just, like I said, the tents are torn. Pots and pans have rust on them. It just seems like the place really isn't being maintained very well. Not what you would expect from a military installation. Okay.
You said we expected a couple hundred?
Yes. Several hundred
How-
would be in the camp.
About how many can I make an estimate on how many I see?
It looks, from the looks of it, the camp's fully staffed.
Okay.
Mac can take them.
Okay.
I mean, one more hallway.
Tillich rides in, and as you guys approach the camp, you see several of the soldiers start to pay attention and come out to meet you and everything. He introduces you to Sergeant Brantner, who is a Kartsberger soldier, dressed in plate mail, wields a greatsword strapped to his back, seems to have some authority over the place. It seems fairly pleasant. Welcomed you guys. He comments, yeah, I expected you guys a day or two ago. You must have gotten held up with the snows.
And trolls.
And the nuns.
Trolls.
Three big trolls.
Ah, you don't look too worse for wear.
He lost a horse. Get eaten afterwards, though.
Yeah, it is. Anyways, follow me. I'll take you to the commander.
That we will do.
So, what's the news back from Middenheim and the other lands?
Can I intuition check him?
Sure.
Okay.
Hold on while I scan you.
There was, yes.
Are we on holy ground?
No.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. He seems trustworthy.
There was a griffin.
Oh yeah.
A griffin.
Yeah.
You guys how many people did it eat?
Don't you still have the head?
It smashed me in the ground pretty
Don't you
good.
still have the head?
They ate
No, I
something
left the
like
head.
a quarter
What?
of the town before we got there.
Got all their hunters.
Oh, okay.
It was heavily wounded when we got there, though. So we were able
So the military took care of it, right?
We did.
No, we did.
You did. Well, that's quite impressive.
The
Wait.
1, 2, 4, 5,
Are you?
6.
Do you actually have the skull still?
The 9 of
I
us.
left it in that small town.
Yeah, left it in the
Then
village.
I'll pull out a feather or two.
Okay.
These were from the beast.
Oh, well, defeating a griffin is surely a major task. I'm impressed you were able to do it. Is that where your arm got broken?
No, that was the troll.
Oh, okay.
It threw me against the rock.
They tend to do that. You're lucky to be alive. Trolls can be pretty nasty.
Yep.
Have you guys seen any or had any attacks by beastmen lately?
Beastmen? No.
Rat-like looking things?
No, place has been quiet.
We
How
believe
about attacks from the north? Attacks from the breast keep itself.
The blighters?
Mhm.
Haven't seen them in years.
We believe that those we were been harassed by the rat-like beastmen on the way here, and we believe they were on their way to the breast keep themselves.
No, all quiet as far as I'm aware. I mean, the commander might have some other information. That
One of the group theories is that there's a herdstone in the area that they're attempting to take over the breast keep.
a herdstone.
It's a source of power for the beastmen.
Wow, I don't know anything about that. I haven't seen any other activities here for years. We're just waiting for a release sometime this fall.
Why is this place in such horrible repair?
What are you talking about? This is our home.
Yeah, why haven't you guys been keeping it like neat,
Well,
stitching up
I mean,
your tents and such?
because there's few supplies. I mean, what are we supposed to do? So, anyways, here we are. He takes you into a building, and knocks on the door. And a moment later, you hear a female voice from inside, beckon him in. He brings you guys in, and has you each introduce yourself. Inside the office is Emmeline, who is a middle-aged to older female, dressed in military armor, very regal-looking outfit, with a lot of heraldry on it. Obviously, somebody of importance to the Karchberger family. She is accompanied by who she introduces as Priestess Hildegard Froys, who is the local chaplain and spiritual leader, and a member of the Church of who is it? Myrmidia.
Does she look
Myrmidia.
greasy?
Yes.
Okay.
That is uncommon.
I know deep curtsy.
Okay.
Military.
She dismisses Brantner, who, as he leaves, he closes the door. You can hear him grumbling outside about always getting dismissed and never getting his respect and so forth as he walks off.
Give him a pat on the shoulder.
The priestess, welcomes you, and go ahead and introduce yourselves.
After my sweet curtsy, because that's the only way I don't know how to bow.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna help. I think that happens. I can dig a lot of graves for you guys. My name's Ozzy.
Okay. You're a grave digger.
Look, grave digger. Grave digger.
Okay. We do occasionally have the need of that out here.
I'll give a somewhat bow. My name is Road Sergeant Heinrich, and these are my subordinates: Boris, Gobble, and Gordon.
Road warden, based out of where?
We're currently free roaming at this point.
Free.
Free,
Free range road warden.
free roaming road wardens currently on a mission from Middenheim, accompanying this band of people, adventurers,
Okay.
ruffians,
She got any
whatever you
food
want to call
sitting
them.
out anywhere?
Does she have food out? No.
Warrior of Ulrich. Show her the thing.
The thing.
Don't you have it? Or do you have it?
I think
What
I have it.
thing are you looking for?
The thing we're given to show her.
I'll hand her the letter in. Yeah, I'll hand her the letter.
Okay. She takes a look at it, reads through it, says, Okay. She hands it over to the commander, who looks at it. The commander really has just been listening, hasn't really said much. It's been the priestess pretty much talking. What exactly what's your mission here?
We were given word of a local beastman incursion, and we were sent here by the Graf, albeit we don't much prefer his politics, to stop and investigate said beastman incursion.
They say you're lying.
I don't know why they say we're lying.
So I do want to do an intuition check on her and see if she's trying to test us. Like she already knows the information, but she looks like she's testing us, or she's asking like she really doesn't know.
Okay. Give me another one.
Do I get any bonuses?
I will adjust it.
Never lie when we're talking.
Not lying. That's the thing. I'm not lying. I'm telling her the exact.
Nice.
She seems very matter of the fact, very practical, very to the point. You're not sure whether or not she already knows the answer, but she's not interested in dancing around the topic either.
Does she look like she has
It's a
an
military.
idea of like why we're here?
I told
Like
you.
like she's asking in terms of like
Here to kill
she's
beasts.
trying to get
Simple.
like she's trying to like okay yeah these guys are why they're here. Like she has a
She-
sense of what
Yeah,
we're
that,
here for.
you get the impression that she's heard of some things, and she's trying to verify what's true and what isn't.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I want to come out with everything if people don't start doing it.
The group has yet to start trusting me, partially due to the fact I'm an envoy from the Grey College of the Empire.
Okay.
We were sent here directly from the Graf to investigate the Beastman incursion in the area. We
Yeah.
later got a goal from Katerina to deliver this message to you.
That
Okay.
part's true. We didn't get that until later.
Okay.
What am I wrong about?
It's not Beastman. It's not a
Beastman is
Beastman incursion.
Beastman is the only thing we have
There's
confirmation.
a threat. Yes, it is. Yeah, whatever. There's a threat of Skaven. And
Skaven?
They
Yep.
shot me in the leg.
Kicking her myth.
anyway, there's this threat of Skaven. We put down quite a few of them, and we found out some information that we believe. What? Say it.
Okay. So that wasn't our mission either. Is that the graph?
You can tell she's slowly starting to lose patience.
So I'm gonna use my
Story changes.
negotiation abilities.
Okay.
And I'm basically gonna tell her I'm gonna withhold what the item is, but the graph lost a important family heirloom, and it was rumored that such forces got it up here, and we're here to retrieve it.
Okay.
I'm not going to go into detail what it is because of
Okay,
political reasons, but
So she's interested in that. When you mention Skaven specifically,
Mhm.
or Ratmen, etc., she issues a fairly audible sigh, and basically you lose her attention.
Okay.
Good job.
Her response is, "There's been no sightings of beastmen, rat-headed or otherwise, ever at the picket. There is no such presence of such things." So don't waste my time with it. Hildegard, on the other hand, seems very interested. She's curious about it. And she says she's heard of stories from the Talians of hordes of these things pouring from the marshlands or the mountains, wielding strange magic and terrible weapons. She never knew whether the stories were true, but she's open to the tale.
You still have that bullet?
No, but I got the hole in my leg.
See this hole?
Yeah, this one got it.
Okay.
The little one's got it.
Anyways, you guys are, per the Graph's request, we will accommodate you. You are free to move about the camp. Do not cause any disturbances, and no magic. Do not go north of the palisade without my direct permission. We do not need the blighters to get provoked. And they do not suffer trespassing into their territory.
Is there a space we can you see the blighters from the wall?
No.
Oh.
For the sake
I always wanted to see one.
For the sake of curiosity, were
Just
you
not-
here the last incursion from these blighters?
No. Blighters haven't been seen in many years either. But we don't send outsiders north of the wall.
That's understandable. I just
Why are we here then?
was curious.
So,
I just told everyone.
Nice roleplay, Matt. Nice roleplay.
yes. So, speak with Quartermaster Habish regarding lodging. He'll set you up with some food. Hildy will liaison with you if you need any assistance or guidance. Otherwise, I have duties to attend to. As I said, don't go north.
We
and
do
don't
need
cause problems.
Is there anything we can assist with while we're here?
Hildy can deal with any of that.
How do we
Okay.
get north?
Okay, we don't need to go north.
What?
What?
You have this idea we need to go in there and destroy the very evil thing. We just have to get this item and go.
Yeah, that's it.
And we have no
That's really
indication
it.
it's up north.
So why didn't we go after this? No.
Because we had indications it was coming here.
Every time you guys say up north, I just look directly up.
We need to put something up.
Gotta get up on the roof.
Perhaps having these
Oh, I do have a
discussions
piece of
in front
artwork, Dad, that I'm
employers
working on
is
that
not the
I think
greatest
we could
idea.
put up here that you might like.
Okay.
Just
So,
that's an idea.
Hildegard or Hildegard leads you out of the office. Shows you to the storehouse. One half of the storehouse is lodging, barracks. Well, not barracks, but it's lodging for the quartermaster, the cannon engineer, as well as storage for weapons, ammo, armor, etc. They have Habish clear out one of the rooms and haul some cots over from from the barracks to put in there, so you guys have a place to stay.
Do we?
The other half of the building is the dining hall for the camp. And you guys are free to join in with the grub with the rest of the soldiers as you wish.
I'm guessing there's a stables or large area where we keep all of our horses.
They
in
do
line.
have a stables down by the stream, the spring.
Oh, there's a spring.
There's a spring, so they get water. And they'll lodge your horses there.
Okay.
Thought it was a winter.
No, it is
Yeah,
actually spring.
Yeah. Me and my guys will get settled in and go. What time? What time of day is it?
It's late afternoon at this point.
Late afternoon.
Yeah.
My
Around
plan's to
dinner
talk to
time?
the quartermaster immediately.
Supper time.
What's that?
My plan is to talk to the quartermaster immediately.
Okay.
Might as well get it over with.
The quartermaster and the cannon engineer while we're here.
Yes, I want to talk
That's
to the
really
cannon
neat.
engineer.
I will also point out one of the big reasons we were also sent here is, or one of the big reasons we went here, we weren't sent here directly from the Graph, was the rumors of a possible plot by the Skaven to bring down the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Fairy tale.
Yeah.
How can you take down the moon?
The moon
It's-
is the moon. We are flat right
I
now.
mean,
the
isn't that
moon
like
is a
always rock?
disc. We will be
Isn't that
fine
like
if it
always
decides to
rock or
come
something
down
like that?
on us.
It's Sigmar's rock, and Sigmar
Okay, depends on you ask.
Sigmar has proven to be very, very trustworthy.
Well, then his rock should be fine.
Okay, so Hadish's office is in the storehouse. While they're setting up your room and location and everything, he's welcome to adjust to whatever. Hamish is a older guy, rather thin, long, crazy white hair, big clipboard and pencil constantly in his hand, taking notes on different things. You guys are free to do whatever. Give me 30 minutes or so to get your room set up.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take the horses down to the stable, put those in, and then you guys can get settled in. If you wouldn't mind, maybe come back by this evening, check in with me, just so I can make sure all your needs have been met.
Okay. I have a quick question before we leave. Were you here the last time the Blighters had their incursion, or is there anybody in this place that was here when the Blighters left?
No, we haven't seen. As far as I know, we haven't seen the Blighters in years.
Ever. It's a tale they spread.
That's right.
I'm
So
going.
my goal is I want to inquire if they would be willing to make a wagon purchase, since they're low on supplies and stuff like that. A wagon would be great help to them.
Okay.
And since it's a convenience, we brought it all the way up the Dangerous Mountain for them.
It is.
Before people start getting attached to the wagon.
So yes, assuming you're the rightful owner of said wagon, they will purchase it.
Okay.
Are you the rightful owner, or is that the halfling?
I believe we put it all in the name or whatever. But
Well, technically, you don't have like papers of registration. It's just a wagon. Technically, the halfling doesn't own it either.
Okay, my dad is gonna stop playing if we do this.
Well,
I don't know if he will or not.
He was wanting. His argument was he wanted to leave it at the base of the mountain, and I was the only one that wanted to bring it up. For all I care, he already left it down there for what he wants on this wagon.
Hey,
Right.
we're not leaving all the stuff on the wagon.
Oh no, we're
that's
going to
it.
still
You
take
can
all
take
the
your
supplies.
stuff off.
Okay.
But the overall thing was you guys were going to leave it at the base of the mountain,
Yeah.
and I was the only one taking the risk of falling off the mountain to bring it up.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Okay. So they are willing to give you 50 gold for the horses and the wagon.
Oh, God, that's
Wait, all of the horses?
The draft horses,
Oh, okay.
the ones that pulled the wagon. Otherwise,
Yeah,
the wagon doesn't
okay.
have much value for them. And the wagon comes with horses,
The wagon.
base price.
Are the Tillian guards, did they stay in
As
the
soon
area?
as,
Or did
as
they
soon
go
as they
back?
introduce you to Bratner, they rode off
Okay.
and head back.
Can I haggle?
Sure.
I'll pray first.
You're gonna pray before you haggle with the guy.
Yes, because that's the whole prayer. Otherwise, I can't use the prayer.
Hold on a moment. I need to think about something.
The overall thing, it gives me a plus 3 on
Yeah,
charisma.
yeah,
If I don't do it before I talk to people, I can't use it all.
That's fine.
So it gives me a
Last
plus
name of
10.
charisma.
Yeah.
What's this? D&D?
Oh my
I
God!
got a plus 0.
That's fine.
Wow.
Thank God for that blessing.
So yeah, they'll keep it at the 60. Technically, the wagon with horses is 75 gold. So half of that would have been 35, 37 or so. I already gave you a bundle.
Okay, in my mind, I was thinking the wagon like 150 plus
No.
the horses of like 10.
No, the wagon with
Okay.
2 horses is 75
Yeah, okay, then
to purchase,
I'll
so.
take the 60.
They weren't trying to rob you necessarily. They're not giving you full value, but yes, it
yeah.
has more value to them because they don't have the
Okay.
wagons.
I'll take the 60 and give everyone 10.
And the military always pays.
Yep.
So,
Take my 10 towards the armor that you guys bought me.
and it could be, it happens to work for 6 characters, so that works too. That was not intentional. I just happened to come up with 60.
So
Actually, what
I-
put it on my character.
I'm going to send my 3 subordinates to the dining hall, effectively.
Okay.
See what gossip they can come about.
I mean, if you want me to hold your coins.
And I am going to go see if I can talk to the cannon engineer. I have some questions.
I'm already not encumbered. I got rid of those cold weather things.
my goodness.
So who's gonna ride my dad? Who's gonna drive my dad? When's
You
gonna
can't-
let him ride on a horse?
Oh wait, yeah, you probably.
You have riding horses.
Yeah.
But like I said, he said if you wouldn't mind, stop by this evening.
Yep.
Let me see if you have anything. If there's anything else you need,
Yep.
I'll make sure everything's good. Otherwise, give me 30 minutes or so. Feel free to look around the camp.
I thought we were already down on horses. Which is why I asked.
One.
Yeah,
Can you
one
remind me
dice.
who the bitch was again, real quick?
Quartermaster,
Quartermaster.
the guy that just bought your wagon.
I'll see you guys in about 30 minutes.
We have.
Hildegard?
Oh, she's with us.
Yeah,
Oh.
she's escorting you.
Oh. Okay.
So,
We'll go off and do a.
yeah, is there anything else you guys, what else would you like to do? Hildegard is here to point you in the right direction, make introductions, etc.
How do we get past the gates and go north?
You don't. The commander's direct order was you don't.
I go ahead and
I
get.
got no use for it then, I guess.
So yeah, I go ahead and get directions to the cannon engineer and the dining hall. So my subordinates there.
Keep in mind the
Okay.
priests of Myrmidia, I think, are the warrior priests. She seems quite competent as far as combat and everything.
Yeah, they're
I don't doubt it.
technicians and stuff
Do
like
you-
that.
Yeah. So
Do
she
you-
understands what you're getting at and implying, and she's being very very clear. You don't.
That's fine.
Do you by chance have another member of the Grey College here?
No, we haven't. We don't have any wizards here.
That was a close one, guys.
That's surprising. I would think a place dedicated to fighting chaos would have some.
Yes, unfortunately, most of the wizards we've encountered tend to like a safer, more comfortable living. Rather than being posted out here for a year at a time in the cold. We don't attract very many of those. The Ungles are the only outsiders we've been able to recruit.
Is that
What
my
you
bed?
called me?
I take it that
Ungles.
those are
This
the
yours?
Gallagher's.
Yeah. Chilean Ungle horse riders. Experts at archery.
And terrifying
Archery. Who uses
Especially
Yeah.
archery?
have them right out of the woods.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out and if you point me in the direction of those riders, I'd like to go talk to them.
Sure. Yeah, they maintain a camp at the trees right by the pass.
That's where I
Okay.
stomp along.
So you guys head out. So you want to go talk to the riders?
Yep.
Where does anybody else want to go?
I already told you.
Do you have a library or any kind of location for like maps, etc. of the area?
Well, no.
Okay.
That would only really apply if most of these guys can't read.
Okay.
And books are expensive.
Yeah. While you've already left, you wander out, heading out since you got a bit of a hike to take. While you guys are standing there, suddenly the door bursts open, and a rather irate dwarf steps in, yelling and screaming at the top of his lung at Haybish about some problem he's run into. He gets halfway across the room before he notices that strangers are here, at which point he stops, looks at Hildy, points at Haybish and says, "That stuff's not fit to blow up a grobby's backside!" Walks out and slams the door behind him.
He's the cannoneer, I take it?
Yeah, that'd be Degny.
How you spell that?
Degny.
I'm talking out of game.
He seems thoroughly angry. About
He gets that way. He'll calm down in a few days.
Oh, that dwarvish temper. We had one
So,
that was covered.
Anyways, I got to take care of this. Let me go deal with the dwarf. We'll get your room set. You guys are free to go around. Don't get into the weapons and ammo and stuff like that. I'll trust you. Otherwise, food served at 6 p.m. for dinner. Otherwise, don't cause any trouble if you can.
Never do.
Did she depart?
What?
Did she depart?
Hildy's still with you. She's waiting for wherever you guys want to go. Hey, that was David.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm getting so confused when you're talking to him. What? I thought the priest was leaving.
No, the priest has been assigned to be your liaison with the camp.
Okay.
So I mean,
I thought she was saying don't get into trouble and stuff like
no,
that. I gotta
hey-
leave for a little bit.
Haybish is saying he has to go deal with this dwarf and his complaints.
I was still on my toes.
Okay.
So what would the other 4 of you care to do? I know your guys are off getting information or whatever.
Yeah. So that was a cannon engineer.
Cannoneer.
Yes, that's Degny. He and Haybish don't really get along very well. He's been worked up recently over something. I don't really understand it. Cannons aren't my thing. As long as the cannon's out there and it's functional, we're good.
Got mini cannon.
What purpose do you have of the cannon? If we haven't encountered them in years, sure, it'll be useful if you ever do encounter them. But
Exactly.
When was the last time it was fired?
He tests it every week.
Oh. That must be a wake-up call.
how often do you have anything other than the soldiers from the north? Do you have like trolls, stuff like that?
No.
Occasionally.
No.
Didn't we experience like an earthquake?
That was
No.
way back when.
That
was
was
at the
before
base
the
of these
Griffin.
mountains, though.
That was before the Griffin.
Right, it was at the base of these mountains, right?
This is the mountain range, yes.
Terrified of
Did you guys feel an earthquake? Wow, how long ago
About a
was
week
that?
ago?
Week
No,
and a half,
several
2
weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago. Yeah, there was something.
How about avalanches?
We were at-
those.
There's avalanches frequently in the mountains, but they don't affect the pass here. That's why
Yeah.
that's part of the reason we selected
Yeah.
this.
I can't think of anything else. I'm just gonna relax.
Okay.
Do you know where I could?
Just hang out in the quartermaster's place.
Do you,
I might wander around, but
Okay, wander around.
do you know where I can find that sergeant that we got introduced to at the beginning of this? Like,
Sergeant Bratner?
yeah, that guy.
Sure. We can find him. Okay. What are you doing? Matt starts to wander the camp. Ben starts to wander the camp. You're heading to talk to the riders. Is there anything specific you guys want to do? Or are you just going to wander the camp and...
I just wanted to ask her a question.
Okay.
So I wanted to ask if she's aware of any cave entrances into like tunnels and stuff like that in the local mountains.
Not anywhere close to the camp. There might be some north. That place is riddled with all sorts of problems, but I'm not aware of any specifically.
Not really.
Okay.
Then I'll
Not much for me to do
I'll
here.
make sure Matt's not getting into trouble.
Okay. You follow him. You follow along. Keep his weapon away from him.
Yeah.
Okay. So the 4 of you go ahead and give me a perception check. Sight-based.
4? As which 4? Those 4?
The 4 other than Andy. Andy's off.
I'm wandering.
Yeah,
I'm getting here.
And Andy went off to talk to the uncle.
Man, almost.
It's a really good thing I have perception. 'cause-
How far away is the cannon from this encampment?
A few hundred yards.
Oh,
Few hundred.
that works.
Yeah. Outside of the camp.
Yeah, it's
side.
on one of the cliff sides.
See perfectly through my own eyes.
If you're wanting to talk to the dwarf, you can see him arguing with Habish off by the storehouse.
I'll wait.
Dwarf's yelling at him quite a bit, and the quartermaster seems very apologetic.
I'll wait till they're done. Like
Okay.
later.
Oh,
Like, after he's calmed down, like when
okay.
when
So
he's-
you're gonna find him at a later point, not wait till the
Yeah.
conversation's done. Okay.
that way he's
So-
still
I
not
don't think you've
attacking.
explored the camp enough to walk in blindfolded.
He's a dwarf. He'll be in the bad mood for the next month.
Boris, Alan, and Heinrich. Jarman is apparently completely oblivious. Wandering around. Jarman just sort of takes it as just this is just normal camp. This is all just friendly stuff. You guys notice the vast majority of the soldiers that are all doing their day-to-day tasks, etc., either cooking some food or cleaning their weapons or working their armor, etc. All of them are just sort of hanging around. Every time you walk by, you're met with a angry glare towards you. Okay.
Even
Yeah, to everybody. They don't do anything overt, but in a few cases, as you approach some guards, they get up and they move out of the way and leave. You hear what you think are whispered comments as you walk by, like they're insulting you type stuff.
I'm gonna play up the. I'm gonna
Right.
play up the injured look and have like my quarterstaff
That's
just
fine.
hobbling along on it.
Okay.
Okay. I kind of make my sergeant rank symbol a little bit more, like shine it up a little bit.
Okay. Okay.
Can I make an intuition check to see if we're doing anything particularly wrong?
Sure.
You're existing.
Now, as far as you can tell, you're being polite. You're being appropriate for the camp and everything. You're not doing anything that would offend them. But for whatever reason, most of the camp, at least most of the soldiers, seem to have some preconceived hatred to you guys. Nothing they're going to act directly on, but it feels like you're not going to find any allies here with any of the soldiers. Okay.
I would say, can I make a lore politics check to see if we're wearing anything that would set them off as being...
Nothing you're aware of.
We're here from the graph, and they hit the graph.
I know.
They're all tainted by chaos.
Okay, so you wander out after a brisk and chilly walk. You reach the camp. The Ungles have set up a camp inside the forest, where it's somewhat sheltered from the wind and so forth. They have a collection of tents, all in fairly good condition. All the horses are well tended to, and quite a few campfires. Most notably on the side, they have a large metal still that they're all pouring drinks from and so forth. And they seem to be managing their own little sub camp here. You see Tillich, who walks up and says, "Greetings! You found your way to our camp."
I did. It seemed like
He offers you a mug of something.
Yep.
It smells vaguely of curry.
Take the helmet off and throw it back immediately.
Okay.
Spicy.
Give me a consume alcohol test.
Wow, we haven't used that in a while.
You have a -20 due to the strength.
All right, a -20.
Wait, due to what? Strength.
Okay.
Ooh.
So, yeah, you start drinking. After a little bit, you start getting rather antagonistic with everybody. Whatever this is really firing you up. And you get to the point of you vaguely remember some fistfights involved and so forth. Sometime later, it's dark. You're a bit cold. You wake up. You're leaning up against a tree. The mug and a couple of others are empty next to you. And the Talians are just having fun, dancing around the fire, etc., doing their thing. Tillich spots you and says, "Hey, you woke up finally. How'd you like the kvass?"
I think I enjoyed it.
Yes, it's most excellent, isn't it?
It is.
We brew it ourselves.
You guys are my kind of people. This isn't weak like that dwarven ale. that
No,
I used to
no,
drink.
nope.
So can I ask you a few business questions?
Sure.
So, the lady in charge, not Hildegrand or Brand or
Emmeline.
Emmeline.
Yeah, Commander Emmeline.
Yeah, she said that you guys sometimes talk about Skaven in the hills, and that the Tilians would talk about it. And I was wondering,
She didn't say that. I don't know if that's if you're connecting that. Emmeline had no patience for any discussion of Skaven.
oh,
Hildegard had heard stories in far off lands, basically legends and
when
rumors.
she was somewhere else, not
she
here
had
from
heard
the
of them, but had
Tilians.
never seen anything. So
Gotcha.
fundamentally, the fort doesn't
nothing.
believe anything about Skaven.
You specifically said
yeah.
the Talians talk about them coming
So it must have been-
in swarms and
So probably.
No, in the swamps and everything of Talia,
Oh,
not the Talians
Okay.
specific. It may have been
Gotcha.
misleading
Yep.
there, but yeah, I mean if you bring up the subject of Skaven,
yeah,
they're curious. They've heard stories. They've never put much stock into them because they've never seen them.
you guys keep obviously the border like well protected. You guys are I mean, you saw us coming.
Yeah, see, we've never really understood why we were assigned out here. Because we're a cavalry unit.
Yeah.
Mountains and cavalry don't really work too well.
Right.
I mean, we're here. Right? It's our duty to be assigned here. This is part of the treaty between the Talians and the Kartsburgers. So we'll fulfill our duty. We get reassigned sometime later this summer. But his view is they're kind of a waste here.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're very accomplished, very knowledgeable, and very good archers. But unless a fight breaks out in the plains or in the open area,
They're useless.
they really can't do much. Okay. Other than that, they're here. The initial impression that they have is that Emmeline is a capable leader who fundamentally doesn't get the support they need from the Kartsburger family. This is sort of like the forgotten outpost. It's there, and everybody says, "Oh yeah, we got to maintain it," but then they don't want to put the budget on the defense and actually keep it outfitted, which is why it's in bad repair. The Talians don't live in the camp, so they take care of their own stuff, and they have more honor and respect for their own gear than to let it go bad. Plus, they've only been here for 6 months.
Right.
That camp's been out there for years.
And they're only repurposing people.
They don't bring in new supplies except for rarely. That wagon you guys brought in is the first real equipment they've got in.
Yeah.
So there's all sorts of problems.
Does that, when he tests that cannon over there, does that bother your horses at all, or?
No.
'cause
Our
you got-
Chilean horses are scared of nothing.
That's what I heard. Yeah. You guys got pretty nice
Faster
weapons.
than the wind, and you can't scare them with that black powder nonsense.
Have you seen any? And so nothing's
That's good for
bothered you guys here on this open plain at all, like the entire time you've been here? No creatures come in.
Nope.
nothing like that?
We're assigned to rear guard in case any travelers come down or any replacements. Other than that, we don't go north of the picket unless we're scouting.
Gotcha.
And
So you've been north of the picket.
Emmeline sends the occasional scout north just to keep an eye on the blighters and make sure nothing's happening. That's part of their mission. But our job is to respond in case there's any assistance needed.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, I appreciate the drink.
Sure.
And, or 5, or whatever it was that I drank.
You did manage to get 3 of them down before you took over, but that's pretty impressive for a non-Talian. Normally that stuff knocks people out. That Wolfkin you're with, he could probably take a couple of them too. The others, I'm not so sure. Probably just the smell will get it. But just a warning, you'll feel it tomorrow too. It has a tendency to bite you both ways. So
Oh my
All that
god.
curry. I'd like to see our halfling drink some of that at some point, but
No.
until then.
here you go.
Oh,
Take
yeah.
this bottle with you.
Yep,
Yeah.
taking a bottle.
Yes,
Yes.
please.
He gives you a bottle of it. It's filled with a thick brownish liquid.
Outstanding.
He said,
with frenzy.
What's your plans? What are you guys doing here?
Well, there were rumors of beastmen / Skaven. They weren't sure what they were, but they had rat heads. They were big and ugly, and we've encountered them a couple times elsewhere. But the rumors were that they were coming this way, so we were coming out this way to try to make sure. We weren't sure if they were going into the keep for some reason, but with the blighters there, I doubt they would be able to.
That'd be suicide to go out there.
But the other thought was because they tunnel, they keep popping up in all these different cave systems and tunnels, and if that's the case, I'm sure if the only other target out here is you guys, I was wondering if you'd seen any holes in the ground that looked odd or new when you guys were patrolling.
Haven't seen any activity along those lines. No, I mean, who knows what's happening north of here?
Yeah.
Scouts haven't reported anything.
Okay. Yeah, that really was to come up here and continue searching for these creatures, and eliminate them. I'm getting good at it.
Knowing you outsiders, if you decide you're not going to listen to Emmeline and try to go north, I wouldn't suggest it.
Yeah.
But if you do, take this with you. He hands you over a horn. If you get into any trouble, blow that. We'll come help.
I appreciate that with honor.
Okay. It's a big ram's horn that spirals around, basically the size of a shield.
Nice.
Doesn't count as a shield. It's fragile, but
That's cool.
It's a one-use shield.
it's right.
That's what I was thinking.
Technically, everything's a shield. It just has a limited amount of use.
A halfling makes a good shield.
Yeah.
I was about to make a joke.
You can sometimes get a couple uses out of that one.
And even fights back.
Until he stabs you.
Right.
No,
It depends how many fate points he has.
no, it all depends if he's a spiked halfling and he has his knife pointed out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
Even your
Oh, that's
shield
actually
even
bag of
bad
daggers.
idea.
The bag of daggers needs to make a comeback.
Yes.
Okay.
Just put them on a
Okay.
hinge on the middle of the shield and you could spin them.
Oh my gosh. Throwing deck.
Okay, so what do you guys rest of you want to do? Andy is occupied for several hours into the evening.
I'm doing what I said I was doing.
Okay.
Do you want me to make a gossip check for my people?
No, but while you're talking with them, they seem to have an interest in doing their duty and signing up here with the Kartsburgers, and reinforcing the lines. So they've latched on to a handful of people that talk about how easy this gig is. You can sit here and you can get paid and you can drink and you don't have to really take care of your armor or anything. And I mean, nothing ever happens. So where's the risk?
Reject resignations.
That's right. So they basically say thanks for all the assistance and everything, and disband from the group per our previously
Yeah.
discussed mechanics.
I'll
Strip their armor and weapons.
I'll-
Yeah.
No,
They keep all their gear.
I'll attempt it, like, assuming they go to talk to one of the sergeants or something, I will give recommendations
Okay.
for them because of what they have done.
Yeah, they figure they could do more help here than traveling with you guys.
Maybe they can join the,
And After
Brilliant.
facing a griffin and a few other things, they are thinking this might be a safer line of work.
yeah, probably. Probably.
So
Yeah, I'll give them recommendations and tell them what they what
Okay.
they've encountered and other stuff, and wish them luck, protect each other, that sort of stuff.
I'm gonna examine the one's magic.
no change. It's still wild and crazy up above. And there's a steady stream coming out of the canyon.
Pointing in the direction of the keep. Or either
Coming from the keep towards here. Again, as soon as it reaches the opening, it disperses and goes away.
My goal is I want to try to get an understanding of this priest, become friends with her, and get an idea of what her stance is with everything. Since
Okay.
I do have the etiquette cultus and theology skills and stuff like that.
Okay.
I do speak priesty.
You speak priesty?
Yep.
Priestish.
Okay. Hildegard. She is a she's a Bermudian priestess who has been with Emmeline since they were battling Greenskin Raiders. They had mutual respect due to the battlefield skills, which turned to friendship. And when Emmeline was assigned here to the picket, Hildegard volunteered to join her. She's not happy with the state of the defenses and Emmeline's attitude, which is pretty much let things go, which has led to some tension. You get the sense that she resents or is unhappy about that the picket troops themselves, which are a mix of Sigmarites and Ulricans, don't seem to trust her. Okay. She seems very religious, and holds a well-worn copy of the Bellum Strategica, and drops various phrases and quotes from that into her speeches. other than that, she encouraged everybody to maintain a healthy, strong body, so they could be that much more efficient in combat. She's basically a soldier.
Okay.
Okay.
No evilness.
No apparent evilness,
Got it.
or she's hiding it well.
I know. Goal's just hanging out with her and like get some trust, maybe.
Okay.
As a neutral god worshiper.
Okay.
Neutral
The
party.
palisade.
Uh-huh.
Does it have any like watchtowers connected on the inside?
There are 2 watch posts at the main gate that
Mhm.
leads through the palisade. The rest of it is just a straight wall. Stretches about 500 yards to the side, lengthwise to the edge of the plateau.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the watchtower
Okay.
and I'm gonna try to communicate with the guards in an effort to allow me to look out. Well, no, I'm not gonna do that because I'm posing as blind. Never mind.
Wait, what?
May I look out?
Oh,
You're blind, sir.
But my soul longs.
Is
My
there,
soul
any,
longs to
is there any
visualize.
real spot where I can overlook
No.
past the palisade?
No. The watchtowers overlook it. Otherwise, there's no visibility past the palisades. If you go further back on the hill and mountain and everything, you can see past it, but you don't have a very good view because you're further away.
I'm gonna try to get to a vantage point where I can see past it.
Okay, the best place would probably be the cannon location. That has the most clear view of everything past it.
That's fine. I'll go to the cannon location.
Okay. You head over there. As described, there's a large, poorly maintained tent, a big cannon, a couple of dwarfs walking around maintaining it. There's a large pile of barrels off to the side, and a well-organized stack of cannonballs, each a good 15, 16 inches across,
Nice.
stacked up, ready to go. You see the dwarf that was talking with the guy, with the quartermaster. He's there, keeping the rest of the guys doing their tasks and doing their maintenance and everything. It looks like they're cleaning the cannon and polishing it for the umpteenth time. He sees you but doesn't really say much or respond to you.
That's fine. I'm gonna look out and try to get a general idea of what lies beyond the palisade.
Open stone field.
Does it eventually go into like a pathway down the mountain? Or does it stay this stone field all the way up until the brass keep?
Flat stone field all the way.
He said it narrows down to a valley.
At the very after about 500 or 600 yards, the field comes to an end. There's the mountain cliffside, and there's a narrow V that's in the center with a path probably the size of a wagon or slightly wider.
Okay.
That's where the magic is issuing forth from, and there's no visibility beyond it other than the occasional crack of lightning from above.
That's fine.
Doesn't have a line at the bit better because shit.
How angry does the current dwarf look?
That's I was gonna say not very, but then he's a dwarf, so always. Oh no, take Matt, add beard. He seems
If only.
he seems frustrated and angry at his guys for not cleaning the cannon in the proper way or tightening that bolt in the right way, etc. But from what little you know of dwarves, he seems in a pleasant enough mood.
Okay.
It's like trying to hold a flashlight for your dad.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem like he's going to get in a better mood,
Bad news.
but he's not actively yelling at anybody, and if anything, he's fundamentally just ignoring you.
That's fine.
Okay.
Can I see from the spot where they would test the cannon? Like, are there divots in the mountain or something?
There is... Well, no, it fires out onto a stone field.
Yeah, can I see where, like, the divots would reach? What
From here,
make
no.
Make a guess for the range, maximum range.
Again, you don't have any engineering skills, so you don't know how far the cannon can shoot.
Well, yeah, it was more. Where is the farthest hole?
The cannon itself, when you walk behind it, is pointed in the direction of the valley.
Okay.
Other than that, you can't. You're too
Can't
far
make it
away
out
to
from
see any damage, and you don't have any knowledge to
That's
be able
fine.
to say how far it could go.
That's fine. No, we'll wander back.
Okay. You were looking for the sergeant?
That and then later on, like, I'd say since this is already mid-afternoon, probably tomorrow, I'll look for the candidate.
Okay.
So yeah, I was going to look for the sergeant, see if I get any more info on this general encampment, like,
Okay.
how
You see-
wide it spans, like, how, like, their patrol patterns, anything like that. Like, stuff that I would need to know in character. I don't know what I would need to know.
Okay. You look around the camp. After a bit of time, you find Brantner. As you walk up, he's talking with a couple of the soldiers. You hear something about whatever he's talking to him about. You hear the word Middenheim and hear a bunch of laughter. And then the guards spot, or the soldiers spot you, and they all disperse as Brantner turns to you and says, "Hey, how you doing, friend? How can I help you?"
Pretty good. Couple of my subordinates were interested in possibly, staying here for a good while. You have
I heard that. Excellent. We can always use more men.
pretty good at what they do.
That's right.
Helped us out on the road
Our
up
army
here.
made most of the men the way they are today.
Yeah. I was seeing that you.
Straight from. They're missing legs and arms and everything too.
He's not, but there are more than a few injuries, yes, amongst the army.
It's a great movie reference. So.
But
Local infantry.
dang it, Matt, you made me lose my train of thought. I was seeing earlier, you got a little upset that you weren't getting any recognition or thanks earlier.
Oh,
Was that this guy?
Emmeline, she doesn't really care for this whole posting and everything. She doesn't respect us, the troops.
Yeah, it's nobility. What do you expect?
Some respect.
Yes, but we're lower than them. They don't pay us any money.
Okay. Well,
I
but
was,
it's not right.
yeah, but have you ever been to Hang on.
No, never been there.
Have you ever been west of Middenheim?
West of Middenheim. No, can't say I have.
Oh, well, originally before I I'm just casual talking.
Uh-huh.
Prior to me meeting this band of ruffians, I was actually stationed at a fairly rundown getaway fort in the Schadenstoff. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Okay.
It similar to this, but I'd say not as well manned.
Did you have as much ice and snow as we got here?
No, we're all in the muck and swamp.
Oh, okay.
A bit of ice.
Okay.
Middenheim area. I was just curious. We had our roundabout patrol pattern. What are we doing? We had our regular patrol patterns and whatnot, and I was just curious if I could get a layout of what that's around here, since there's a lot more of you guys
So,
here than
You're looking for the military patrol pattern?
or just what?
You mean
So-
a strategic battle player? Now.
I'm trying to get. I don't know what I need. What I would want.
Okay.
Me as a person.
So
I don't know.
You're trying to get a sense of what are the defenses of the camp
Sort
from
of.
the soldier sergeant and everything as a
Sort of.
outsider to the camp.
Yes, just
Okay.
get a layout and
Okay, so give me a charm roll.
charm.
anything you wish. Now you can pray.
That's right. He does.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
no.
So yeah, he seems relatively open to discuss, almost like he's not really cared.
Do I get bonus because I'm on his sort of level?
No.
Oh man.
Okay.
That's right.
According to him, Emmeline sends a scout out every few days to scout out the brass keep and report back any activity.
Oh.
Okay. They generally go out for a couple of days, come back, report. Always the same story. Nothing happening. All quiet. Okay. Haven't seen any trouble. Haven't seen any issues. This place is boring, etc. There's never any issues here. The only thing we have are cards and dice and cleaning of weapons.
Easy money though.
Well, yes, and except it's really boring, which makes it not that easy. Because we still got to maintain discipline and so forth.
Well, I'll give him a good handshake and
Okay.
like, however, I would salute it.
You
We
would,
never are in the same rank,
you,
right?
you wouldn't salute. You're a different organization.
Rank.
Yeah.
I'll give him a good thank you and handshake.
So,
And
I mean, you could salute. I don't really care.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know
I wouldn't
military
worry
stuff.
about it. Okay.
I do proper military things to the proper military guy.
That's right.
I
Don't
don't,
ask, don't tell.
know.
Okay. Is there any other interactions people want to do this evening? I'll
They have
get
a-
some rest.
If they have a cartographer, I'll try to find them. And then
They do not have a cartographer. That's
Got it.
far too advanced.
Other than work with the group and communicate all the info we've gotten.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, you guys all meet back up at the lodging they gave you. It's on the side of the storehouse. Looks like it was like dry goods and things like that. They've hauled out. There's still a few bags here and there, and they've hauled in some rusty old cots and some even older mattresses and everything for you guys to get some sleep on.
We'll
Is there a
haul,
door?
sober.
There's a door.
Boats.
we'll haul in all of our stuff in a wagon because I'm assuming that all of
They've
those
already
crates-
unloaded that. Yeah.
Okay.
They unloaded the wagon and just piled the stuff where it was.
Are there any
Most of it's still there.
Are there any windows?
To the place? To the storehouse?
Mil-
where you-
military
where we
people
are-
have
Yeah,
big
your room
speeds
doesn't
out
have it.
there.
Okay.
So the way it's laid out is it's a long, low building.
Yeah.
There's doors on to the western side is the dining hall.
Yes.
Around dinner time, very popular. Throughout the evening, it slowly gets less and less. Late at night, there's basically nobody there. Kitchen's attached to it, and then on the other side there is the quartermaster's office. Degny has a office for supplies and the cannon and so forth, and then there's some storerooms where you guys are located. There's a pair of guards that sit outside the quartermaster's office, outside the building, to just keep people from just going in there and taking supplies and otherwise. And in between the two halves, there's a single door that's kept locked that leads into the dining hall. If that makes sense. You guys have a room that's just off the side of the building.
Does Degny have like a workshop?
That would be where his office.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Thanks.
if we were to try to go up north,
Are we all back in the room with the
Yes,
door?
you guys are all
Yeah.
back in your
are
room
we,
at this
are
point.
we all
I'm
going to
gathering.
communicate the info we got?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have this strange headache. It feels like you've been riding a horse all day.
Okay.
Stomach's
Wait. This would be like the first time we've seen him like drunk.
I know,
have-
So he's not drunk anymore.
Oh,
no, I'm just
I'm
I'm getting a little tipsy there.
yeah, feeling rough.
we have
You okay?
quite the array,
Yeah, I'm not
array of weaponry,
Ah.
an entire fort,
that's-
and a
that's
fort of people that are antsy and raring to go, and some of the world's greatest archers. And we have a very wide open plain. We could very much, if we create a big enough boom and have the fort ready, we could try to draw the people out of the fort and into this open field.
We don't need to attack the fort.
You want to bring that down on these people? Like they're not capable.
They've stayed here for 200 years.
Yeah, they're not capable anymore.
One,
Nothing's attacked
yes.
them for 200 years.
And two, we don't need to go to the fort. We
Yeah.
don't.
Well, what?
It's what the Grey Wizards do.
So
We need to get in there one
No,
letter.
we don't.
We don't.
here's the
We
thing:
need to find that crown.
if we find ourselves on the wrong side of the wall, or the right side of the wall, whichever way, then because it's not up north, it's forward. But on the forward side of the wall, if we find ourselves over there and we need a hand, as we're escaping or find ourselves trapped over there, they gave me this fancy dancy horn to blow, and then the Talians said they would come assist us in getting back.
Okay.
But they have had scouts out there who haven't seen anything, and they go out and they do a quick scout because they're fast and whatnot. Doesn't seem to antagonize anything. Makes me wonder if the blighters are even alive anymore.
Can I see?
I was thinking,
You look at it.
if
Don't
we
bring it.
really want to go outside of the wall, Andrew's the thing. Why don't we just volunteer to scout? That's the check.
Can I?
Well, 'cause they used
can I
the- I think 'cause they used the horse.
We have horses.
That actually
They're-
works.
No, are you getting ready to try to blow it?
horsemen.
I would stop him
No.
immediately.
No.
Like, what are you doing?
Do you have any
There we go.
musical instruments capabilities or play instruments or anything
No,
like
I
that?
didn't know if I would have used anything
Does
like
it work?
this.
It looks like a horn.
The minute he goes to blow it,
No,
I
I
slap
don't.
my hand right in front of his
I
face.
don't.
There we go. We have a horn.
I think starting a war or blowing anything up is not a good idea.
Talians immediately right over.
What? Trampling everyone in camp.
Your one use has been used.
right.
Give it back.
Everyone gets one.
Yeah, to your skills, it looks like a viable horn. I mean,
Okay, like it.
certainly looks like a horn you would blow and make noise.
Okay, I didn't know if like.
But I think we
What-
can talk to
They were
scout.
just messing with me.
Yes.
I spend all my time cleaning my armor. I ask for proper oils and stuff.
Something that would do.
Yeah, they have supplies of quite a bit of it. It doesn't seem to be being used.
I'm cleaning all of my equipment thoroughly because we've been out in the rain
Where-
and stuff for so
Oh, yeah,
long.
that's a good.
Yeah.
We're not starting a war. We're being dragged into it. By
There
the
is
state.
no war.
If you would stop
Could be.
interrupting me, we very much know there's going to be a Skaven assault against the Brass Keep in order to retrieve this stone. That we've inferred at this point. We need one of our goals is one to retrieve the crown, which presumably the Skaven have, and two, we logically wouldn't want the Skaven retrieving this stone if we have any say in it.
Who's got the letter?
I think that'd be George.
So
You do right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine to give the letter to whoever, so you have it.
we kind of have to deal with. We kind of have to go there at some point and deal with the Skaven.
But if the skin
I mean,
goes
they
through
use the
here-
word Skaven straight in the letter.
Oh, they did. Oh, I can't remember.
Action against the Brass Keep. And report to her any of your recent discoveries. Which is why I was trying to tell you, we don't want to like sugarcoat anything. We should have been straightforward, X to A to Z. Here's exactly what's going on.
Oh,
I mean, it states for us to do that right in the letter.
Okay, I
And
didn't-
keep in mind, part of the background of that is you guys convinced the princess
And
in your previous testimony that the Skaven are real.
my thing is,
She
I
believes it.
gave them the actual letter.
I know.
Then the read and everything.
And then he went into some blathering discussion. And
I
after
didn't.
that-
I've never read that letter.
Yes, you did.
No,
Yes.
I was
Uh,
never given it.
Everybody that was here that could read and write, except for me and Andy, read it.
In his defense, I did purposely not give the wizard the letter.
Wait, what?
Oh.
I didn't know what was in that letter.
He's keeping
Christ.
secrets from us. We can keep secrets from him.
Suppression.
So my question, I asked a bunch of the guys, the Talians, if they had seen anything, any caves, any holes, anything like that that would possibly be a place for the
Go back upstairs.
Skaven to make their entrance. So do you think they're coming up underneath the Brass Keep? Do you think they're coming up in the entry, or do you think they're going to come up through here, overrun this camp, and use the cannon? They already proven they can use a cannon.
I think there's a big tunnel deep in the mountain that leads on.
You think it's underneath the nun power?
I have no idea.
I bet it's the nuns.
Would have been useful information to
None
have.
of our business.
It is very much our business.
Fine.
By the letter, But what this states, in my opinion, you keep saying no, we're not supposed to go to the Brass Keep. I 100% believe we're supposed to go to the Brass Keep. From what this letter states.
I mean, you're the one who stole the crown in the first place. Isn't it your duty to return it?
We don't know that he's done it.
Yes, he is. Yes, we do.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
thought,
so
I
they
thought
admitted it.
he admitted it.
Oh, I thought he admitted that he helped a guy
No.
do it.
No.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he admitted he was involved in
That's
the,
why he
in
wanted
the,
to fix
in the
it.
thing, and
Yeah,
that's
okay.
why he needs to fix it.
Okay.
But
So
he's got the white cat that, you know.
I don't think there's a way we can sneak our way to the other side, though.
That's what I mean. Is we need to just go back to her, take this, the letter, the
For
contents
the
of the letter.
record, that storm above the Brass Keep is chaotic, and
Well, I mean, we already knew.
Isn't
I mean,
everything here?
the entire
right?
place, all of the magic
Yeah.
that's coating this land is coming from that storm.
Yeah, so everything's chaotic.
It's whatever's happening here. It's stopping it.
Was it the cleric, or was it Emmeline who
I like that name, though.
who poo-pooed the Skaven?
Emily.
Or who- and
Emmeline had
okay.
no patience for talks of Skaven and boogeymen and
Gotcha.
so forth.
Now-
Who read the letter?
Emily.
Hildegard.
Hildegard did.
Yeah.
And she
She gave it. She gave it
Emmeline.
to Emmeline. Took a glance at it. Didn't really look at it in detail.
Gotcha. I wasn't sure if she saw the message from the princess directly.
No, she started hearing the group talk about stories of Skaven and other monsters, and said, "Okay, I, enough of this nonsense. I don't want to waste my time on
Gotcha.
it. We got a job here. We're here to stop blighters."
You should probably
Hildegard was the one that said, "Hey, I've heard stories about these things. Tell me more."
Yeah.
And is open to the idea, but she's never had any proof.
Hildegard made it seem like they've been in multiple battles, including, like she mentioned, battles against the orcs and orc raiders.
Yes, Emmeline
This
is an
cannot be-
Emmeline and Hildegard are both experienced wartime generals, and have run multiple troops. Emmeline got her experience fighting greenskins, not in this area, otherwise, before she was assigned to this outpost.
She cannot enjoy this. There's no way a wartime general like her enjoys sitting here for the rest of her life.
But
Hildegard is our
Priest.
guide right now.
So
right?
Yes,
I think
Yeah.
she's not
maybe
with you currently.
I think maybe we can convince her through a bit of time into letting us over the border. And honestly, I would prefer, if we're going to the Brass Keep, I prefer to have an army on our backs rather than.
That's not going to happen.
no, I think Hildegard
Although
is,
we can have an
Hildegard
angry
is
wolf
more
right
apt to be convinced because she seems frustrated with the state of the camp, frustrated with the state of Emmeline. Like they kind of just given up here. I feel like Hildegard's
Convince
another-
Hildegard to help us convince Emily.
Yeah,
I mean, you tried being here for a couple of years doing nothing.
yeah. I don't
Yes,
Polishing your sword.
Well, I'm
playing
not worried
cards.
about that. My thing is, instead of going to this Brass Keep or whatever, we have suspicions that the rats tunnel and stuff like that. Why not we find their path?
Well, we can look around here and see if there's
Absolutely.
yeah, if there's.
Let's find the path, and maybe we find the path that gets right over the wall. We don't even have to worry about the politics.
Well, we listened.
Please.
Like when we were back in Mindenheim, we listened to the wall and we could hear rats tunneling.
Yeah.
Why can't we listen to the rock and
See?
hear tunneling?
Because it's a mountain.
Right? What if they're near the surface? There's some scratchy scratchy.
Okay, I'm gonna clarify before any of you try to rely on me for magic. I can't do anything here.
Okay.
Well, you
I mean, we've
could.
seen what happens when I try to do anything with magic here.
Yeah, and now you're one-handed.
Yeah.
Is that your dominant
See,
hand
look,
at least?
I had
No.
a dream.
Too non-dominant.
I had a dream.
If we're
Right.
Skaven, we're equal.
Where's this water come from? The spring that they get their water from?
Just south of the outpost,
Where's the source?
bubbles up from the rock.
It's not a bad idea.
I got my pick. We can get it.
We have a bunch of dwarves. They could maybe tell us if dwarven engineers. They might know something about the rock nearby. I don't know. Don't deal with dwarves.
There's a natural spring right at the south side of the outpost. Bubbles up. That's where the stables are, and then when it flows downstream after a short bit, that's where all the outhouses are.
This plateau, like,
Has anybody heard
structure
anything? Any
doesn't-
talking from
it's
the
not
outhouses? That's what.
I don't think it's natural.
We're gonna go straight unis.
Ew.
Because I mean, what are the odds there's just a perfect shelf of flat rock?
Was
It
it a
happens.
fireplace? Like fireplace?
Yeah, I'm at a loss, y'all. I mean,
Why-
as far as I know, our purpose was to go to the Brass Keep to stop whatever this chaos. Objective
It's like
is-
late afternoon at this point, right?
It's evening.
Evening? Wait.
The crown was supposed to be part
You
of
guys
their,
are back
their-
in your room at this point. He's recovered somewhat, so it's evening at this point.
Okay.
So it's dark outside. You guys are free to do whatever you want.
How well can all of us ride?
Everyone has the skill.
Oh.
You're talking to the road warden.
I am going to go
Whatever.
enjoy a meal with the troops.
Okay.
I'm not trying to pick a fight, but it's not like I'm going to go find a seat that's away from the troops. If there's an open seat,
You're gonna go sit
I'll
down with
sit.
the troops.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
doubt that's an
it's just a
open
matter
seat
of open
not
seat.
near the
Cool.
troops.
Wallop. That's where I'm going to sit.
Okay.
I'm not trying to talk to any of them, but I'm going to listen while I eat.
Can I join you?
I don't care.
Yeah, I'll join him.
Okay.
Is a dwarf back in here? Is Dengar or that's fine.
He's not here in your room or anything.
No, like he's probably out there eating at this point too, or
Yeah, probably.
okay, I'll go see if I
Take
can
me.
find him and sit with
Take
him.
him. Just take
I'll
Okay.
follow with him.
Okay.
I want to know a little bit about that cannon.
So you two are just blending in with the troops.
I blend
Pretty
in
good there.
fairly well.
More like the range of
Not
that
much.
What
cannon.
do you want to do for the evening?
He's got it.
Don't know.
Okay. Just hang out in your room.
I guess. I mean, I'll get food and stuff.
Okay. You get some food and then retire back to your room quietly.
I don't have the knowledge to talk engineering, and I don't have the physical ability to fight cards. So.
keep seeing this cat just wander around the building.
Okay, so you guys go and get some food. You guys look around. Several of the soldiers, when you ask about Degny, they tell you, the dwarfs don't eat here. They take their food and they eat as a group out by the cannon. They don't seem to want to hang out with us.
Want to meet him?
So you guys are welcome to go out there if you wish.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyways, the two of you go. You sit down next to several guards. They all look at you, a little bit of shock and a bit of grumble and everything. You hear somebody says, "Look, it's the Griffin Killers."
Fine. I'll take a feather out then, set it on the table. Actually, I'll take my group of 6. I may want one of these as a token of luck. By all means, take it.
That's an awfully big turkey.
That was probably about
Is that
15 foot long, 10 foot tall.
is that the limit of your skill as a wolfkin killing turkeys?
Yeah, until it starts glowing in the dark. These poor guards are going to be like,
So why is it that you guys feel the need to insult people?
We don't insult just people.
we don't insult people. They're not people.
We should have taken the head with us.
Give me your choice. You can give me a, depending on what your approach is, charm, gossip, intimidate.
There's one of those that's significantly more apt.
Yeah.
I don't know what his skills are.
My skill.
I know
in
his
intimidate
fellowship is low.
Well, is more than double my skill. in
I'll,
both
do,
others.
I'll do gossip.
Well, and I mean, from the way you play your character, intimidate makes more sense. You're showing your strength
Right.
to intimidate him.
I'll do gossip.
Okay.
He can gossip all he wants.
Oh, come on!
He doesn't. They're not really interested in him.
I'm not going to be interested in me.
Yeah, nobody's interested in me. I'm the nobody
Take
in this
off
group.
Yeah,
Nope.
I haven't rolled well all day, so that
You guys need blessings.
it wouldn't help me.
You get a reroll.
Or fortune
Oh,
points.
yeah.
You could take a dark deal.
Nope.
How long does that last, George? I've got re-roll since forever.
It doesn't. It lasts for the scene.
Oh, okay.
effectively.
It lasts for the scene. I could with my miracle. I'm currently going for a different miracle, but I could with a miracle that does heal fortune points back sooner.
Do you have one that gets faith?
Yeah.
Temporary fate points?
That's a miracle.
There's a
You still get that.
No.
Yeah.
That's a god gift.
There's actually
So yeah, they seem to have heard all sorts of things about you, and your adventures and so forth. They they ridicule and tease you about all sorts of things going back as far back as the swamp.
Oh, come on.
I wasn't there for that.
Understood, but your
I was.
group, your band, etc.
Mhm.
They make various comments. Again, they're looking at it as they're annoyed and everything because whatever they're referencing, the way they've heard it has been very negative. Okay, you disrupted the trade at the swamp. You hijacked some wagons. You killed all the local wildlife. You made a big mess of that little village. You caused all sorts of problems in Middenheim, etc. I mean, as far as the group.
I mean, we did. We
Upper
did.
Decker in the grass bathroom.
I mean,
Given
what about
that-
the wagons?
Given that
pretty,
about half of them are Ulrican, those groups specifically stop short of insulting Ulrich and Wolfkins and so forth because that's part of their background. The Sigmarites not so pleasant about it,
Right.
I mean,
Um,
we did kill the local
but
wildlife.
they seem to be well aware of all of your mistakes since then, just as a general population amongst it. Almost like they've been hearing about you for days.
So you have heard about us then?
Yes.
Who brought all this word to you?
But you
They give you a mix of he said, she said, they said type stuff. Nothing definitive. Seems like somebody always has somebody else that told them.
Interesting. See, we didn't pass anybody coming up the trail ahead of us. Seems that someone brought word to you in some way that's beyond.
Don't know.
I mean, at least I've had adventures. I mean, I apologize for your lack of, the ability to actually travel outside of this picket line. It's made you quite bitter. I would say it's to the room. It's made all of you quite bitter.
16-year-old soldier that's next to you that's been teasing you.
I'm
It's
17.
sad.
I am also.
He's
I am also 17.
time for some purple nurples. Let's get to work.
Anyways,
17 years
so,
old.
of you?
other than some antagonism, it comes across as mean intent, but not hostile. If you get the difference.
I get that.
I mean,
I've been in the military, man.
yeah, they're going to they poke fun at you endlessly,
Mhm.
and they don't seem to have any respect for your group, etc. You're the Air Force hanging out at the Army barracks. Start view.
I will begin to set out a word of, at least we're brave enough to go north of the wall. We've heard that none of you have ever been brave enough. You'll send the Tillians instead of yourselves. If only we'd be allowed to go, we could prove to you our value, things like that.
Okay.
Prove to you we're not just telling stories that are,
Okay.
Thank you.
start setting that out there.
Okay.
Now I prefer them to tell those stories.
I'm totally gonna
So,
ride a blighter.
The other two of you hike out to the cannon. You can see some torches lit near it. Just lighting it. There's a small table set out, and the 6 dwarves or so are sitting around having some stew or something.
I can totally see your character.
You guys walk up. They grumble and look at you and
Please don't send it.
return to their food, talking in Kozalid.
Greetings, strong warriors. Thought, man, I got a little bit of drink. I know it's not the your preferred, but I took some from those Tillians, and you guys wanted to partake. I'm all for it with you, and I just sit right down with them.
Okay.
I'll take a seat next to him.
Okay. And you're gonna offer them the
Yeah.
bottle of kava.
Yeah, is there?
They look at you. You got this from the Ungles?
Yeah, I drank quite a few, and then don't remember a lot. But they told me it's gonna tear out as hard as it tore in. So I thought you guys might enjoy it too.
Oh yeah. If you haven't experienced the second wave, you're in for a treat.
Oh,
But if you manage to score a bottle out of them, then you can't be too half bad. They start passing it around, pouring most of it. It's
Oh,
gone almost immediately.
good.
Um,
Got a feeling that's a good thing.
so, what sort of information are you looking to get from them? They seem
It's empty.
okay. Now it is.
I love the inhale from everybody.
So they seem very
Universal butt pucker.
open and friendly at this point.
I'm gonna need that.
That's just the start of the kebab.
That's right. The pucker is stage 1. So I'm assuming that. Well, I guess it was from my prior knowledge and the other dwarf. It was them specifically that would go down and fight with Skaven, not dwarves as a whole society.
Correct.
So
right.
they would
the tunnel fighters were the ones tasked with guarding the tunnels.
Gotcha.
Engineers generally wouldn't do that.
Gotcha.
They run the machines and the cannons and the gunpowder and that sort of stuff.
Gotcha. First, we're I'm just gonna do the same.
Kebab's got your tongue.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing. Same thing I did with the Tillians. I'm gonna talk about the Skaven, and we'll be straight up front with them. That that's what we're looking for. I'm wondering if they've seen any damage to any of the rock nearby, or any changes in the. They tend to notice changes in ground structure and stuff like that would lead them to believe there was possibly a tunnel near here or under here, and that's a worry on our heads.
No, they express curiosity about Skaven. I mean, they've heard stories. Most dwarfs have. They've never seen one. According to them, the only damage is the damage that Astrid creates. The cannon.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever it fires
Astrid. Good name.
It'll crack rocks just as surely as a skull or a body. And they have it pretty tuned in. The problem is the stupid gunpowder. The supply for the last few weeks has been subpar. The thing barely goes poof anymore.
Oh.
So I'm down to my last 3 or 4 barrels worth of the good stuff. Unless Haybish can get me some quality gunpowder, cannon's not going to be any good for anybody.
And that comes from the bottom of the mountain, then, doesn't it?
Well, yeah.
It's got
I do have some stuff I want to talk to.
I wonder if there's a. Do you think Haybish is keeping the good stuff from you and just giving you subpar, or is he just receiving stuff?
I don't know, but he's the quartermaster. He's responsible for getting me the good stuff.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got 3 barrels left. He points over to the tent where he has some stacks of barrels. He has 3 specifically set off to the side. On the left, there's a good couple dozen barrels, all marked with the Kartsberger symbol.
We
get the shipments on time, but just the quality's terrible. Kartsbergers obviously don't believe in this place. They're sending terrible stuff.
Do you think that have you been here when there was ever an attack, or the castle's been quiet?
Yeah, the castle's been quiet for ages. Emmeline doesn't want to provoke them, doesn't want to cause any problems. So other than her scouts, nobody goes north of the picket line. We stay here to defend, to protect the realm in case the blighters ever sally forth. But that hasn't happened, gosh, in a good dwarf year, as far as time.
When you test this, are you just dry firing, or sending?
Oh
just
no,
powder?
That's no fun. We blow it up.
Where are you sending? Where are you aiming when you fire these?
The valley.
Oh, so you still get to drop them in the valley?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We got it trained in good. If we had the good stuff, that cannonball go right down that center of that valley. Now it barely shoots a third of the distance.
Well, these 3 barrels, is that enough to give one good solid shot?
Well, it might get 3 shots.
Gotcha.
When you get online,
very
you
good
can head goal.
Thank you.
When you
That's
get
what I
online,
was
you can
actually
head
going
goal.
to ask.
What's that? You're gonna ask. Look at how much.
How much they got for the wagon?
Huh?
That's what they got for the wagon.
What about all the supplies?
Oh, we sell
Those
the
are
supplies
ours.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Most of those, they were all left in a pile. Most of them were still there when you got back.
We brought him inside.
We're in a military encampment.
There was a knife missing. I'm not sure about that though.
Yeah.
And, no, I'm just kidding.
Yay!
No, I'm just kidding. You need it.
You didn't miss much.
If you got some other questions, go ahead. If they'll listen to you.
So
They're all
They're friendly.
receptive.
They don't seem to have any issue against a wizard.
you mentioned it can fire out all the way into the valley.
To the mouth of the valley, yeah.
Good, thank you.
Don't got much line of sight beyond that.
If we were to go north and
That's greater than
We
500
might-
yards, by the way.
If we were to go
It's valid.
north, we
Valley
would,
on the other
and
side.
ever needed help, you would hear a horn. If you heard this horn, there's a good chance that we will be coming out of that valley with some creatures in tow.
Okay.
So watch out for that horn if you ever
Nuns,
hear the horn.
Okay.
Like the nuns.
Now we keep Astrid fully loaded, ready to go at a moment's notice. Anything shows up at that valley that isn't supposed to be there, they get a cannonball to the face.
Yes.
Good. What? How
At
much
least,
damage?
At
can
least
it
for
cause?
3.
That's all right.
How much
3
damage can-
faces.
Oh,
can
I
it
imagine
cause?
these cannonballs will just obliterate one of them blighters.
If you were to guess how many blighters are in the brass
Well, I have no idea. I've heard hundreds. Sure to give them a pause, though. You ever been on the wrong end of a cannon? You wouldn't be running towards it.
See
how
if we,
much of the bad gunpowder have you got?
He points over to a stack of 24 barrels.
do you know of a way to help purify this? We could get
No, the stuff's
Two
the stuff's
towers
messed up.
between
It wasn't very good quality to begin with.
Gotcha.
I'm not like I said. I don't know where it's coming from, but whoever's producing it is sending junk.
Anything magically
This is
done
all on
about
the
it?
plateau
It's not like
before you get
Yeah.
into the mountains.
Yeah, there's nothing magical about it.
It's been ruined, like all the alcohol.
can't see
There are some runes on the cannon itself,
He can see floating.
but they're not active.
Literally
currently.
that makes
pouring
sense.
down
I was more
out
curious.
this mouth.
Oh,
and
this is a
forcing
pile of
out
warp
into the
stone.
mountain range.
No,
That's
Chaos magic.
Yeah, not much.
Pure rivers of it.
no. Basically, what he's describing is effectively they're getting
Exactly.
like
Now we have
low
better
grade gunpowder
right.
instead of high grade military cannon powder. Okay, and the effect is they load it and they try to use it, but the cannonball only goes about a third of the distance. It doesn't have the same punch.
What a third of the distance also. If you were to use the remaining gunpowder, would it still reach out past the palisade?
Would it clear the wall?
It goes 200
Yeah.
yards instead of 600 yards.
Yeah, it goes about 150 yards. I mean, probably stub one of them blighters' toes, but doubt it'd take one out. Those guys wear magic armor.
How many cannonballs have we got?
Well, cannonballs,
Same
we got
things we've
tons.
heard about.
Bridges
That's
is
easy.
one of them.
He points to several large stacks. They probably
Size
got a good
motors,
100
full
cannonballs.
plate.
Cannonballs are easy.
So we could go back
Alternative.
down the mountain. We
Alternatively,
could
and I have
get gunpowder, come all the way back up.
If we go down the mountain, I am not coming back up here.
alternatively,
I was
and I
thinking what
don't know
we could
anything
do
about
is
engineering.
they have
Could you
black
use
gunpowder.
this
It's a good
secondary
trade
black
route.
powder for a sec? And could you
Just
use
what?
this extra black
Trade
powder
route.
for a secondary option?
Trade gunpowder.
Like perhaps scattering it about the
Get back in the
field,
boat. Just no boat.
creating
Scatter it in the field.
placing little
Play
clumps of
my
it
one back.
in the field so that you could blow it up.
The
Oh,
old name.
Well, I've
So
been
it
depends
I've been
on what
experimenting. It doesn't really work that well out in the field. What with the
Like 4 or
snow
5
and
different
the
types.
moisture and everything.
that makes sense.
But if you're interested in booms, I've been tinkering with some things. He takes you around to the back of the tent
Mhm.
where you see several casks that have been lashed together. And he said, you take one of these, you get them close enough to a blighter, I'll bet you these things will blow them up.
Do they have a
How much-
fuse, or-
They do have a fuse.
How much could that do against the wall?
I have no idea.
Come, glad I'm out there.
He has 4 large bundles
It's
that the way he's describing them are basically like explosive demolition charges.
Are they
Yeah.
carryable? Like, or they?
You could probably carry one with significant strength.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so like you and the
Yeah.
Wolfkin probably could carry one. Halfling, no chance.
It weighs more than I do.
Yes, it's basically
like
4
cannonball
barrels
over
of gunpowder lashed together, fused up, and rigged to blow simultaneously.
Boom.
He has those. He says, I'm a bit of an amateur explosives expert. I've been playing in my own time since I got all this extra junk. So
This may work for an idea I've got.
you want to blow something up?
Yeah.
What would you like to blow up?
The brass key.
I'd like to plan them out there like this way of your 3-shot limit, length, so maybe 300 yards. That way, if anything gets past that first set, just light them up. And
My idea was.
Well, you'd have to have somebody out there with the fuse, lighting the fuse.
My idea was.
how long does the fuse give me to get away? Maybe.
Yes.
Sweet! I'm all set for this. Okay.
My idea was slightly different.
Might be 5 seconds.
This might be a big enough room to where we can draw creatures out.
Oh my
This
god.
might be the room I was referring to.
Hold on.
I thought we
Okay,
were going.
Wait a minute.
So I'm gonna give you some background
Rundown,
on
yeah.
his
Flip that
plan,
chair.
our plan, my plan.
We all
So
have different
his
plans.
plan-
Why are we assaulting the keep?
That's what I'm
That was
asking.
the earlier debate
So,
too.
In all
that's
fairness,
my
we
plan
have
of we don't assault the keep.
I like said plan.
That's why.
I
Well,
don't give a shit what's on that paper.
absolutely.
We have an army of people, a very small
And
choke
it's
point.
to
This could be a letter from the king himself. From
It's from the queen.
Sigmar.
It's from the princess.
Literally
From
from
his daughter.
Unless it's Tolman. I will do horrible, horrible things to you. I don't. What the fuck?
See, Matt's all about. We have this letter. We must do it. If that is, I don't care what we do.
Yeah, don't care.
My thought process is we have a very small valley, a massive magically enchanted cannon with giant
So
explosives.
you're sitting in a room.
Okay.
If the military
All of
had
a sudden
thought
in
that
the
would
distance,
work, they
you
would
hear
have done
a
it.
loud
Their military's
boom.
all super weak.
They're retarded.
From the
And two, it's been hundreds of years since anything came out.
Like not from the cannon.
I'm
Run
about,
from the direction
I'm
of the
about
cannon.
80%
Okay.
sure. We know with my mask.
And I'll go outside. And check it
80%
out.
sure there
Okay.
ain't nothing.
You see
forward
over
of
on the
wall.
rise.
And we were
smoke
ambushed by 30
coming up from the front of the cannon.
It's awesome. And they
The
gave me
dwarfs are sitting there
booze,
cheering.
and, I
The
kept my
wizard
pants,
and
they
Andy
gave
are
me a
over there,
horn that I can blow up,
drinking
and it
with
will
them,
make
having
come
fun.
running to help
They feared
us.
and just shot the cannon.
Another reason
Okay.
why I think we can do this.
Anyways, you guys are all debating and everything. He said, if you want a boom, let me show you. He walks over, grabs one of the torches, walks over the cannon, slams the torch down. Well, he steps back, and it's almost like he
I cover my ears.
expects
Yeah.
something, and nothing happens. And he's just about to go check it again when suddenly you hear a faint hiss, followed by a boom. Not like earth-shattering.
Right.
More like a pop gun versus what you would expect the cannon to sound like.
Yeah.
There's a blast of flame and lots of smoke, and the cannonball goes flying out about 150 yards and then slams into the stone.
That's still.
I mean,
Yeah.
for a non-cannon person, it's still really impressive. The dwarfs cheer and shout because it fired. The guy looks like sadly dejected because he's all about the explosions and it didn't work. As soon as the smoke clears, all the dwarfs quickly put their plates down and everything. They're all rapidly reloading the thing real quick.
Nice.
Within a minute, it's reloaded.
Have you had any
10
look
rounds.
into the? Do you guys actually go into these nearby mountains at any point to look for a better source?
No. There's nothing up there but death and chaos.
So let's go that way.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
yes,
Thank
yes.
Thank you.
That's the way we're going to go.
We have to get the crown at least first. Well, that's why I'm saying we don't go to the evil castle thing. That indicates
actually
that
is
they
very
tunnel.
helpful.
Let's just find
Okay.
our tunnel,
This info.
intercept them halfway through, and then we can just go.
Well, how do
I'm
we find the
whispering
tunnel?
this to you. You and I can literally
Like I
just
said.
sneak away, and they will never know.
I'm not at the cannon. So.
Yeah, you guys are
Yeah,
fundamentally
you guys
in your
are-
room
yeah,
at
yeah,
this
you're
point.
not
Quiet.
there.
You don't have to
So-
whisper anything.
Like I said, the wizard wants to start a war. It's no joke. Wants to start a war.
Yeah.
He wants to draw the keep inhabitants down here to fight these people here, which are all a bunch of dejected soldiers and with gear
Whatnot.
that's not been taken care of at all. Like, to paint a picture of the encampment, a picture of a bunch
The
of
reservists.
the worst.
They're National Guard.
And they see us as
What he's
as
not
pieces of
mentioning.
shit.
Yeah.
We have 30 of the world's
Yeah.
best archers right here.
12.
A massive
12.
cannon.
Well,
12.
again,
12.
they
50.
claim.
Oh,
We've
50.
never
50.
seen them shoot. They claim that they're worth.
Are they elves?
No.
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 They're just like
Totally-
They're full of shit then.
They're blood golden.
No.
They're Chilean horsemen. Okay.
I was going to say, a natural, my elf, I didn't even put a lot of points into it. It was just a natural archer.
Come on, if you
Easily 20 or 30 points
do you,
better than
you If you
Absolutely.
saw a Mongolian, do you think a Mongolian on
The
a
best thing
horseback
is
with a
half the
massive bow
exact same
could shoot
chat
with
bonuses
plate
and
armor?
range stats.
No, because Mongolians were like 5 foot tall.
And they wielded 300-pound bows.
Yeah, the only unit of any quality here is the dwarf with the cannon with subpar gunpowder, and the Talian Ungol unit that was assigned here with no apparent reason because they're cavalry in the mountains.
That sounds about right.
Okay.
They got a permanent set of the curry ships.
And they have their own little camp where they distill their own alcohol because they don't want to associate with the general riffraff. The general riffraff don't know why they're here either, and they're not paying any attention to anything, and they're completely degraded as far as their quality.
And they like to degrade everybody around them too.
Well, they also have heard great and wonderful stories of all of you going back to the swamp, but all they've heard is the negative parts.
Oh, fan-fucking-tastic. I love it.
So you guys are here to save them, and they all despise you.
Well, I'm going to start stealing their shit then.
They don't have anything good.
No.
They don't. They don't.
And they won't miss it.
They
Are you,
don't.
really, are you serious?
Yes.
So how-
yes.
So how do we? If
And
So,
and
yeah.
Commander Emmeline's instructions is you guys are not allowed north of the picket.
Right.
North of the wall.
Perfect.
Then how the shit are we going to...
He's trying to blow a hole in the wall between us and I'm not there. I don't know this.
Somebody's-
What?
Huh? Who?
I'm trying to blow a wall in. I'm trying to
He's
blow a
talking
hole.
about
We're trying to do what?
he's trying
He
to,
wanted demolition to destroy the brass gate.
It's your kid.
I'm trying to blow a hole in the brass keep.
Gotcha.
so are you done with the dwarves?
That would bring
Are you
lots
done-
of
are you done with the
fame and
dwarves?
glory.
Exactly.
One might even call it a...
Yes.
What?
Are you guys done with the dwarves?
William,
What
are you done with the dwarves? Are you done asking questions with the dwarves? Okay, yeah, me too. So we go back to the room too.
Okay. So you guys all return to the room. You can compare notes,
Yep.
etc., unless you guys want to hide any information.
Well, no. They
Okay.
got all sorts of good stuff. But your idea,
It was a reference
How,
back to something that.
how
he
are they
said
gonna
earlier.
You
find
don't need to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
where they're
I got
tunneling
the
at?
joke
The
after
dwarves
like
haven't.
10 seconds.
When I talked to the dwarves, they hadn't felt anything or seen anything that would to make them think that there's anything in this area. So they would have to be deep in the mountain.
Oh, we'll have to explore around here. I mean,
can
we
I-
just drove up here.
I mean, we got time. We got
Yeah,
a
but
base
ask the
camp to
dwarves
come
if they
back
have
to
any,
and get good night's sleep and
And
stuff.
I'm perfectly fine going past the wall if we like
They're
send one to
engineers.
scout or whatever.
They
I'm
leave
not
that stuff to the tunnel
wanting
fighters
to
and
go
navigators.
assault a giant castle full
All they
of-
care about is
chaos
does their cannon
demons.
work and
Yeah,
does
if we
it
can avoid that, I'm fine with that. But
I just don't understand the logic. I mean, all joking aside, we got fucking thrashed by just 3 trolls.
I wasn't there. I was down.
Yeah, because you got thrashed.
Right.
Yeah, because you got thrashed earlier.
Just lay down.
Yeah, he was barely even hurt.
Yeah,
I think he blocked. He was not hurt at
Yeah,
all.
I
What else
just
do you
went
want?
down until I just
What
laid
else
down.
do you
At
do
one
we
point.
expect to do?
Well, like he said,
Can I?
explore the. I mean, we've got time. Nothing has come out of the brass keep in hundreds of years
We
anyway.
don't have time.
We
Send
have
me
a
through the timeline that the rats had.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
We have
we got this whole valley. They could be popping up at any given time.
You forget the rumor about this place.
I don't
The
forget
second
about
we
this.
go out into that field,
Yeah.
and we're going to start facing corruption. Like
yeah, I'm
we've
not
never
going out
faced
there.
before.
I'm talking. He's talking about in this area.
So,
I'm being
so the
correct.
general, so that your guys' general idea of sneaking out there, or whatever, they're gonna know that we're out there. And per the dwarf's thing, anyone that's not supposed to be there in the past gets shot.
Oh, the dwarves do whatever I say now. We're friends.
Uh huh.
Yeah, no, we're friends.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll definitely
not planning on-
realize it's you.
If you guys are back in the room, I'm
Yeah.
not back in the room yet, but
Okay.
because I wanted to spend as much time as I could with the soldiers,
That goes into the
I will
valley.
take every bit of
And you
ridicule they
think
give
we're a
me.
bunch of fucking
All I'm doing is
scumbags.
pushing the idea of just let us be the people that go out there. Let us go out.
The overall
you know,
thing,
we'll
they
show
don't
it,
want
we'll
to
prove it.
antagonize
I mean,
whatever's at the
I
brass
want
keep,
the-
if there is
When the
shit there.
soldiers start spreading
Because
rumor,
they
get
also
up to
know
the commander.
they really
That's
can't
what.
take it.
okay.
That's
Yeah.
why they're not allowing us
I'm
up
going to
That makes
stick
sense.
with him
Okay.
just in case.
That's fine.
I think they can take it.
I am a halfling medic. I don't want to
Especially if I find out or know about the scouting.
Sure.
I'm
But
going
us
to be like,
taking-
let us
That's
scout.
fine.
But us taking a day or 2 or 3 to scout this entire area to see if we can find.
A couple of them
Someplace.
suggest that's a great idea. We should send you the next scouting
Okay,
time.
when does the magic disperse in the valley? does it disperse when it hits the palisade or?
No, when it comes out of the valley, like I said, there's about a 500-yard gap between the valley and the palisade.
Okay, I understand it now.
As soon as it's like a river reaching the ocean.
Yeah.
As soon as it comes
It
out of the
disperses.
valley, that magic disperses into a mist, into a
You have cartography skill.
fog and disappears.
Does that look like a true map? All I did was draw a circle. There's the valley. There's the wall.
Yeah, but by RPG mechanics, you can't even do that. You don't have points
Yeah.
in skill.
Can't believe it, Matt.
I can read and write, damn it.
He's over there with
Can't
mashed
believe you,
potatoes
man.
and gravy.
Yeah.
Things like this.
I do need an art roll for you to see if you could draw a circle.
So that is not a good circle. So hey,
It's no.
Okay.
Looks
Can't
like a
believe you,
tumor.
Matt.
So by now it's 10 o'clock ish
In the
in the
morning.
evening.
In the evening.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm going to bed.
Okay.
All this
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh.
0 success levels.
You're
so far.
fine. I'm not worried.
I just want to see what would happen.
On the way back with him, I'm going to.
It's down a hall.
Never
long
mind.
walk.
I'm going to go outside
Okay.
after he has gone back to our rooms, and I'm going to survey the mountain valley or
As much as
area
you can.
that we're in.
Yeah.
See if I see any lights emanating from anywhere within the mountain range.
You see a few lights in the forest by the entrance to the valley where you came in,
Yeah.
where the Kislev or the Talians have their camp.
Just look now.
You see a handful of campfires and torches burning in the outpost where you're at.
15 nugget.
There is no lights whatsoever to the north, except for the occasional flash of lightning from the storm above.
Is it green lightning?
When I get back to the group, I say, "All right, guys, I think I've secured us a means to be the next people to go scouting."
All right. That is very useful.
Yes, he did.
While we're waiting for their next scouting party, I think we should be looking throughout the valley now for any signs or hidden cracks where Skaven might be going in and out, coming this way.
That sounds good.
We got time.
Good luck, guys.
Well, you could fit the
Hey.
small cracks, so come on.
In the
Doing
morning,
that
let's,
tonight.
No,
Okay.
in the morning.
Okay.
But
Hey, Tolman.
in the morning,
Yes.
I'll let you.
let's
ride
tell
my
the
horse.
Talians that, or get the Talians to
My
convince
horses?
the
No.
lady
No,
that
my
we're going to go to
personal
the next scout
The
mission.
one I like.
yeah,
I'm going to go up to the command tent and see if Emmeline is still up and moving, or if she's willing to talk with me.
You can talk with Hildegard. She's there.
All right, that's fine.
She, according to her, Emmeline is busy at this point. But
That's fine.
what can we help you with?
Keep getting confused too, so.
Hildegard is the priest.
Okay, over there it's Prince H for
she's a
Prince.
guard.
I was curious about the layout of this valley. Does this command tent have any like maps or of the layout of this valley or anything?
Of the north?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not much of a map needed though. It's
Does
a
it-
path.
Does it lead directly to the brass keep?
Yes.
The path.
Yeah.
What would we have to do to get express permission from her to go up north?
You're gonna have to convince Emmeline that there's value to it. Emmeline doesn't want to provoke the blighters, and a group such as yours is sure to do so. I mean, look at the state of the camp. We can't take an assault.
I
They may not
disagree.
have a choice.
While your basic soldiers are not great, under the leadership of a Caribert greatsword, at least that's what I presume your
Brandner?
I'm sure they can hold their own, at least.
Oh,
for
he might
for the
be
time being.
capable, but
No.
we got 200 inexperienced, ill-equipped, poorly disciplined troops here.
How many?
200.
That's a lot of guys.
Yeah. And the blighters come out, they'll kill a dozen with each strike.
Then you
When was
don't.
the last
Then
time
you
they
don't
saw
let
a
them
blighter?
get 200 here.
No one here has.
None of them have.
Then
All
you
they've
don't-
heard is stories and rumors and so forth.
And you don't.
Well,
Then you
so-
don't let them get there. You have 50 Talian
There's no
archers here.
That's what
Some of the best archers on the planet. I'm sure each of them could.
What-
I'm sure two
okay,
of them
just
could
just
fell a
escape
single
it.
beast. You have a massive cannon.
I appreciate your tactics, but I mean, my tactical opinion is that I'm not willing to risk the Empire for such a gamble.
That's understandable.
We are the bulwark to protect the Empire from the Blighters. If they overrun our location, there is no defense between here and the Empire.
Do
You don't seem to be.
She seems very, very much focused on the military mindset.
Yeah.
But she's second in command. Emmeline is the one that's in
understandable.
charge, who doesn't see the purpose of this
Yeah.
all.
I get
Right.
her position. You don't seem to be very confident in the basic soldiery here. Why is it?
I have complete confidence in Emmeline. I've seen the quality of these troops.
Is there a way the quality of these troops can be improved?
Give me new troops. If you can convince the Kartsburgers to actually spend the appropriate money to outfit this, I mean, look at these. The tents around here leak nonstop.
That's what we can do. We can go down the mountain.
Half the troops have holes in their
We
boots.
can go through that intrigue.
The swords are rusted. The armor is falling apart.
That sounds like
How are they expected to stand up against any sort of concentrated force?
West.
I agree.
Talking
The
this dude
state.
that-
I have no position to tell on the state of this fort. It is not my
See,
position as a.
it's my judgment from Mermidia. It is a fool's errand to provoke the Blighters. The best we can hope for is that they never decide to sally forth again.
Then perhaps is there a way of getting around the brass keep?
To what end?
Our purpose. You were given the note, I presume, and you read that note fully.
Sure.
Our purpose here is to stop the Skaven from, as much as I don't believe in their existence, our purpose here is to stop them from making a attack on the brass keep, which will surely
So let's go down the mountain.
Yep.
cause
Supplies from
cause
this.
retaliation from the Blighters,
Come up here, spend
regardless
6
of who's in their way.
And then we start this fight.
Okay.
With this game.
Which is perfectly viable. And per the request from Mindenheim and the princess, Emmeline, I'm sure, will support whatever cause you have, short of risking the security of the outpost. And no Toddbringer will tell the Kartsburgers what to do with their own politics. So I appreciate your stance. I've expressed the stance of Emmeline and the fort. If you have a reason why you should be allowed to go forth, great. But as it stands right now, we're at a stalemate with whatever's up there, and we're not interested in breaking that balance. So,
Let's get understand. Oh, I wish I was there.
And yeah, I'll take my leave.
okay.
I return back to the.
Anything anybody else would like to do for the night?
For the night itself? No.
No,
Get some
because
sleep
I
and-
want to fucking argue with her because I have a line of argument that would work,
Okay.
I think. But I just. Fuck.
Okay. So, you guys get some sleep.
Oh.
The night passes fairly uneventfully until sometime early in the morning. There is you guys, several of you get up, like you're more military anyways, despite your staying up late. You get up early, you're walking around outside, just stretching, getting used to the cold again and everything, when all of a sudden the dark sky, it's about an hour before dawn, the only lights have been the few campfires that have burned down at this point, a couple of torches here and there just that are being maintained, and then the occasional flicker and flash of lightning. All of a sudden, the entire storm cloud lights up with a green light. It lasts for maybe 5 seconds and then disappears.
Storm cloud does?
No, the light.
Okay.
It returns back to the way it was. A few people around the camp see it, and they're like, "What was that?" type stuff. They're more confused than anything else. A couple of minutes later, somewhere in the distance, you hear the sound of tolling bells, like church bells, ringing through the valley.
I'm heading straight for the command tank.
They fade away after a few seconds to be replaced by distant, faint, high-pitched screeching as if by 1,000 rats squealing. Okay? As one, the camp all just sort of like is startled to wake as a wave of panic, dread, anticipation spreads across it. You guys are quietly asleep in your room, and the change in tone in the camp is enough to wake you up. As things start to happen, as you're starting to come through or come to, you start to hear horns and alarms being sounded, bells ringing, and so forth. And by the time you get your stuff and you get outside, these poor troops that are ill-equipped are still trying to put their boots on and get their swords out and figure out, wait a minute, that's not my scabbard, my sword doesn't fit. I got to find the right gear and things like that.
My tortellini?
Where did
my tortellini?
Where did my helmet go? Type stuff. They're all scrambling around like rats in a sinking ship as well. And over the next 15 minutes or so, they eventually form up by the front palisade.
One moment before you reveal anything, I will have my symbol up front instead.
Okay.
And
What would you guys wish to do?
Head for the command tent.
Okay.
I will have the blindfold on.
Okay. You do see Tillich and the mounted soldiers come riding in around the same time. They seem far better prepared and ready to go. They line up in formation near the gate and everything. You see Emmeline out addressing the troops, getting them lined up, getting them focused and everything. Hildegard comes to you and catches you before you start interfering with him.
Yeah, I was going to too. Yep. Let's go.
She comes over and says, "Okay, just wait. Once you stand ready, obviously something's going on. I don't know what you guys did last night. They were talking. You guys were going to do something. You didn't go past the wall, did you?
No. I was trying to get.
Are you sure none of your group did?
100%.
Okay.
Where's Jordan?
He just closes and then walks off like, I don't know what it is.
Seems the war has come to us.
Okay. Everybody stands ready and takes guard, watches the palisade, etc. Okay. Over the course of the next hour, everybody stands there in frantic attention.
I gather all my gear ready to roll.
Yeah, you have all your gear. Okay. Cooks and so forth start bringing out hasty breakfasts and feeding all the troops and things like that. But basically, after an hour, there's nothing. Nothing emerges from the valley. No change whatsoever. Okay. You can hear in the distance, coming out of the valley, the sounds of some sort of battle. Something going on. You hear occasionally loud crashes of something hitting the ground, something big and massive, and you hear something sort of like a, what would be the best equivalent for you guys? Sort of sounds like the elevator wheels back at Mindenheim.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Occasionally out in whatever's happening out there.
This Skavener's straight assaulting the fucking key.
Okay.
Oh my god.
As it eventually comes out, after an hour or two, everybody's like on wit's end, trying to deal with the fact of, wait a minute, we're about to be attacked, but it's not coming. Finally, as the dawn comes up, you see Emmeline over on the side. She's talking with Hildegard, Dagny, and Tillich. Tillich asks you to come over.
Yep.
Since you're on good
Yes.
natures with both of them. And they summon you over as well as a wolfkin. The rest they pretty much disregard.
I'm gonna hide him.
Okay.
I'll follow.
So
You'll just go anyways.
So we need to know what's going on in the pass. I've heard from quite a few of my troops you volunteered.
Yes.
We did. Absolutely.
Okay.
Some of us.
Finally.
I'd send the cavalry but
Oh,
the,
hell no.
but the terrain's terrible for them.
No reason to risk them.
And I'm rather concerned that such an event strangely coincided with your arrival.
Well, we
So
warned you.
I'm quite eager for you to be out of here.
Oh, absolutely.
Go north, report what you find, and return. Okay.
He ordered us to return.
Daggy, can I
Everybody in the group is a human now, except for me.
can I
Okay.
can I borrow a hand cart and I say borrow, but I can't promise it's coming
A
back.
hand cart.
A hand cart, wheelbarrow type thing. Hand cart?
No.
No, nothing like that.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
What are we gonna use?
If there's any,
The bombs. Yes. That. Explain
We have
why.
a horse.
okay.
We have horses.
If there is any basic equipment, weapons, leather armor, that sort of stuff that you need, Emmeline authorizes you to requisition equipment from the storehouse. So if you need ammo, hand weapons, that sort of stuff.
I'll
None
take
is
a sword.
none is in great condition, but it's functional. Okay. Tillich has already given you a horn.
Yes.
What?
Quick thing before I go to bed. Just want to show people the thing that my dad made.
Oh, that's
that's
pretty
Awesome.
So,
That is cool.
You've got a matching set of those to put on a shelf.
yes.
He wanted a
Tokens.
shelf.
That's
No, it actually hangs face out,
Yeah.
and that's the shelf bracket.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's cool.
Oh.
And you did a great job painting it too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Tillich's already given you a horn, and if you sound the horn 3 times,
Okay.
they'll be dispatched to come to your aid. Depending on how far,
Yep.
that might take some time.
Understood.
Okay.
Are we gonna take the horses?
I'm not.
Degny is willing to supply you with his explosives. They're not usable as a ranged weapon, but if you place them somewhere, he thinks you might get 5 seconds.
I'm not staying for this conversation. As soon as this kind of thing starts and I realize we're going,
You get
since
yourself-
I've walked so slow, I'm grabbing my shit and I'm gonna start walking towards the valley entrance.
Okay, they haven't opened the gate yet.
Then I go to the gate and I'm just like,
All right. Hildegund comments, the scouts reported halfway down the pass there is a hidden path. It climbs steeply up into the mountains and gives you a vantage point to observe the brass keep. Our scouts use it to observe it without being involved or visible to the brass keep.
Amazing.
May or may not be useful for you. It won't be traversable by horses. Otherwise, take whatever actions you see. Okay.
What level of armor were you saying?
Anything leather.
I'll be taking just basic hand weapon.
Okay.
Taking a horse.
Yeah, taking a sword.
Because I'm loading explosives to the horse.
Just say,
Fine.
I'm taking
Say,
a horse.
count the boiled
Making a
breastplate or
horse
is that
Boiled leather breastplate, I'm fine.
Twin towers in it.
we run into the Skaven and they shoot the fucking horse and we all die in a giant explosion.
Very possibly. Very possibly, because when I asked him how long the fuse was, he goes, yeah.
Yeah. We're all sitting there
an
and
explosives
watching the
expert,
round
not
in
a fuse
slow
expert.
motion just go towards the fucking barrel. We're like,
Okay. So he gives you 4 concentrated explosives. Okay. Consider them demolition explosives, not like hand grenades.
Right.
Okay. They each have a fuse of an undetermined amount of length.
Now, if they were together and one blew up, I would assume
They don't blow
that
up.
would blow up
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be bigger
Uruk-hai's
boom.
running underneath the
Okay.
Helm's Deep.
The other thing which is relevant for William when he gets back, his magical sight, there is a cascade of magic now pouring out of the valley.
Well, when you're ringing the giant bell of Skaven Doom, that tends to happen.
breakfast bell?
Back to spell.
This bell, yeah.
Do you remember
Breakfast
the restaurant or fast food dinner bell? The taste rings of. Dong.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Okay.
We're all old enough.
I hate that I'm such a happy little weakling.
There's plenty of soldiers you can suddenly become right now.
No, I'm playing
Okay.
halfway.
Once you gather all your stuff, the 6 of you, they open up the gate. 7 of you with Doug.
Oh, he can carry bomb.
Good. You carry one.
I have enough experience now to make thief.
Okay.
He's so excited.
I'm technically a thief now.
Sure. Okay. They open up the gate, and all the watch guards and soldiers and everything silently watch you guys file out into the area.
Gotcha. And they explain where this path was.
The Hildegard gave you directions to be able to find the path. It's about halfway through the pass itself. The pass is approximately a mile long before you supposedly get to Brass Keep, and it's something that you'll know when you see it.
Yeah.
It's not like a subtle thing.
Gotcha.
I heard about the Cascade of Magic.
Yes.
I am I'm gonna try to examine the magic that came out. I'm asking, is it Skaven magic? Because Skaven magic,
No.
as far as I know, has traces of Ugol in it. So
No,
I'll be
it's
looking.
Dar.
Okay.
We'll say to Hildegard before we go, any blessings you want to throw my way?
I have nothing that will assist you out there.
All right.
But your priest will no doubt help you.
Ulrich. Oh, he's a
Ulrich will
priest?
protect us
I will
all.
give you a +10 charisma.
Yes.
That's right.
Make those Skavens love me.
Okay. So my understanding is it's the 6 of you plus a dog and one horse.
And one horse covered in explosives.
I'll be taking the horse.
You're taking your war horse. Okay. Now they've cautioned you. If you take the secondary pass, horses can't traverse it.
Scout itself.
Oh, yeah, no.
Okay.
Okay.
With that in
And
mind, I'm not taking my horse.
okay,
Are shields on the table? Like we can grab a
you can
shield.
grab a shield.
What about a large shield?
Sure.
What's the weight difference between a large
I
shield
assume
and their
there's no
shields?
one-handed pull.
Huh?
There are no one-handed pulls.
Another bolt.
Encumbrance, yeah.
Let's see. Let's get rid of my. I'm gonna get rid of my
Start getting rid
my
of shit.
cold
And do they have bolts I can
cold
have?
armor.
Yes.
Okay. Bolts. So I'll
Oh,
be
they
able
don't
to shoot
have
a
any.
crowd of 20 and
All they
maybe
have
hit
is a shield and a buckler.
So
you
the
drunk?
shields
Something
though,
like that?
I
the
know
large
7
shield
skill
just does
in
what? It
range.
just
Yeah.
gives you an additional 10.
But you won't be able to load
It
it.
gives you another level.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, actually, no, it's a reload.
You're
It
retired
doesn't
by
have a reload, so I
large.
can reload for free.
Okay.
Okay.
What's
So
it do?
I'm just taking the normal
The
sword.
shield, like the large shield, gives you 2 points of armor instead of one.
It gives you 3 points instead of 2. Buckler gives you 1. Regular shield gives you 2. Large shield gives you 3. All of them still have the defensive trait. It's just how much armor it actually.
So
gives.
how much are those demolition charges worth?
Okay.
Not money-wise, or how
Bulk?
explosive are they?
You don't know.
Explosive.
We have no idea. They're like four barrels
I
tied
guarantee you,
together
if one
each
went
one.
off in your hands, you would not care.
Says the person who detonated himself with work.
Yeah,
You
he
missed the
was-
point.
Yeah, he didn't
I
get
know.
that.
No, I understand.
Did you find it or no?
No, you just have to modify your shield.
Oh, okay.
There should be a large shield in there
I didn't see it.
because that's what I used.
So
for my dwarf.
functionally,
Wouldn't care if
mechanically,
it kill you.
Yeah.
each one of them
Wouldn't care
has a
if it
bulk of
killed you.
8.
You'd be all over
Okay.
the place.
Okay.
So the
I understand
bundle
the joke.
You'd be
weighs
Jackson
about the
Pollock
same
movie.
weight as a
Yeah, I'm
person.
not finding it. Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
I had it with
Roughly, it's more bulk than weight per se, but a bulk of 8. They have a fuse that will burn for 0, 1, or 2 rounds. Okay. When you light it. Okay.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, we don't. He doesn't know what he's doing.
He doesn't know.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's an explosives expert, not a fuse expert. He's trained to make things go boom.
Wait. Hold on. So, we can only move how many meters in one round?
Double your move. In hexes, which is 2 meters square. Hexes,
16.
2 yards, or meters. Same.
So for me, with the 3 movement,
You can get 6 hexes or 12 meters, 12 yards.
How many rounds would it take to mount a horse?
so the best case scenario, I'm getting 36 yards away from him.
Right, but you aren't going to be on top of
Yeah.
it.
How
You
many
got
rounds?
little
How many
legs.
rounds would it take to mount a horse?
It would take
I
at
don't-
least
I don't
one
like
of those
this plan.
moves.
I don't think
Yeah,
you should take the bomb.
But still,
I don't agree with you.
Just invite in trouble.
I still think this game is going to shoot it. We're just going to be a cricker.
I,
I'm not getting anywhere near that
they are
horse.
they are filled with black powder. So
I am not getting anywhere
Well,
near that
let's-
horse.
Let's go once we get to this hidden path. If we're doing it, we're just gonna leave
We'll
the
just
portion of
send
the bombs
horse.
there or whatever. If we're gonna take the bombs,
Well,
we should just carry them.
No,
the problem is
admittedly,
you're carrying a whole person. It's if we take it there and say you want to unload the horse there at the bottom of that pass and let the horse go, I'm fine with that.
but the
And carry
pass
it
is
from
just an observation point.
well, as far as we know, we haven't been up there. We might be able to.
According to Hildegard, there's the main road that goes through the mountains
Right.
to the keep. About halfway there, she describes a hidden path
Mhm.
that leads off to the side, climbs rapidly onto the cliffs, where you can then observe the area.
Right.
Okay, that's what their scouts have used in the past. You guys take whatever tactic you want.
Strap the bomb.
I mean, we can go up there and observe, and then come back down
Mm-hmm.
and cross if we have to, or send one person up who's the best climber. Because that sure shit ain't me.
What? Nobody in this group is a good climber.
You
I
guys,
mean, he is.
Oh,
He looks strong and spry.
huh?
Yeah, I'm trained.
You're probably the best climber.
You're trained
Uh-huh.
I'm trained.
in climbing.
And climb.
You just got it.
No, I have training in climb.
So what?
It's kind of hard to get to the
I have
windows.
10 ranks.
to
Yeah,
climb.
climb is a strength skill. I'm okay. Yeah.
My elf proved that you can climb anything.
Okay,
You can
so
climb.
I understand a couple of people took some shields.
Yep.
You
Yeah,
took
looking for
some
the large
armor,
Yeah, if I got questions.
I
hand
just
weapon.
modified my shield.
I'm gonna take,
Added
like,
one.
20 lead bullets.
So
if
that,
they
does
have
that
them.
automatically give that.
Yeah, any mundane gear they have,
You have to change
as far as
that.
weapons,
Go
armor,
over
things
my
like that.
trappings to the shield.
You
Yep.
guys can
You have the little
requisition whatever.
Pencil thing.
Yep.
Make it one more encumbrance.
Now, a shield.
Uh-huh.
Change the shield name to like large shield,
If
so you know.
because
that's
I'm
large
half
shield.
size, would a smaller shield work for me?
And then go to
Like, would a buckler,
details.
like a human size
Count as a normal shield.
buckler, count as a shield?
The
The game mechanics kind of has it
Change
to
the
its scale
two.
part of range.
Right.
That
Bottom
kind of makes sense,
submit.
but
Right.
they're not gonna have anything scaled for me. That's
they're,
kind of,
yeah, they're not going to have halfling sized
So-
stuff.
yeah.
So
Does that
I mean, I'm making the assumption everybody's doing. Obviously,
Sure,
it's not going
yeah,
to
and
fit.
I understand the limitations of the character as a result.
Everything.
That's why I was trying to think maybe
Maybe
if
a
I take
combat
one
You
of
can,
the
you can get a buckler and count it as a normal shield for you.
Okay.
I'm fine with that as far as a hand wave,
right.
because of the scale. It still has all the mechanics for you
So,
as a normal shield.
I have 10
Okay.
for an example.
Okay.
I have
okay,
19.
But the justification is you grab a small buckler
Yeah,
and you just happen to be small.
I'm just thinking 90% of the time, more than 90% of the time. In fact, I've never really meleeed anything except for that one demon.
Mhm.
So
So does that have? Does the shield?
you can
have
use
other
a shield while you have a
traits
sling. You're just
for
putting a
being-
rock in and
large?
you know what I mean?
Arguably, yes.
So I'm just thinking maybe I should grab a shield for once
Mhm.
and maybe save myself.
Can anyone use a +5 non-magic sword?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm gonna.
All the
it would-
thieves
You will
say
double
yes.
his skill.
Absolutely.
all the thieves say yes.
I'd like to.
You would absolutely double my skill.
I like to ask the Talians for the gift of a bedroll, of one of their Talian bedrolls.
They'll entertain it if you return.
Yes, I shall. I shall return with this horn, and then I will get Talian bedrolls.
But
I don't know who to give it to.
I like-
I don't like you or you.
I can't fit in yours. I tried. It's just my feet.
But you've actually blessed me before. You've done.
I've saved your life.
All I do is argue with you.
He takes a
I can't
he
use
takes-
this.
He takes a
I
beating
blessed
like
you
nobody
with
else.
why can't I use a two-handed sword?
Wait, is that
Anyways,
bastard
take
sword?
that. Plus, no, it's
No.
+5 non-magic.
Okay,
hand
it's a
weapon.
straight up sword.
He's a halfling.
Oh, I was referring to his.
Right, but if he uses it, he's a halfling. It's a two-handed sword.
It's like having one of Nick's kids
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
try to carry a fucking sword. It ain't gonna happen.
So, yeah. It's
That was me
Ben's-
leaving
as I'm
something so I
whispering,
didn't have to worry about being
Ben's
encumbered.
character has a firearm. So if we need to send these charges off from a distance,
Yeah.
that's a pretty good way to do it
That's
without
slick.
me dying.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes sense. If it's already black powder,
Yeah, it's black powder. It absolutely is explosive. That's correct. If the Skaven conceivably shoot it,
Right.
it goes boom.
I'm screwed.
If you shoot it,
he's
conceivably it
gonna
goes
go
boom too.
Yeah, he's,
Come on, friends.
He's about to pop.
Yeah.
You're not gonna pop.
it is that time of the night anyway, so.
He's got another hour normally.
Well, that's the first time I've ever seen him do that.
There you go. He doubled his skill.
Yeah.
Got that +5.
Everybody knows,
So-
and I tell you, since you're the only one that knows this, if I drop the gifted blade from the hunter chick. It's magical. Pick it up.
Sweet.
More importantly,
Quadruple
when
minded
George drops because he's no good in combat, you get a sword.
You want a two-handed pick for now, but you can't wield. If we're, are we?
Unless there's any other
Yep,
prep
I
people
think we're
need.
all moving.
Okay.
No.
So at that point, everybody heads north, and we'll pick up from that next time. And that, we'll obviously, don't want to go deep into that without Ben here available for it.
Yes.